No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today we are interviewing Danny Towers and not DJ Scheme. What's going on, Danny?
What's up, boy?
How you doing?
Chillin', man.
I mean, you've been blowing up on the scene a little bit. I noticed the work that you've been putting in over the years, and I figured it was time we got acquainted. A big part of the reason why I'm so familiar with your work, though, is Scheme putting you on that single, which I feel like kind of exposed you to a shitload more people.
For sure it did. For sure. My biggest song, for sure. Like, biggest song that I'm on, for sure.
With Ski Mask and Yachty, just for the record, so everybody knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So talk to me about where you're coming from and where your involvement was in this whole up-and-coming era of SoundCloud rap over the past few years.
So I'm from Orlando, Florida. I met these guys probably like 2015, 14? Mm-hmm. Like 2014, 15, I met Ski, X. Around the same time, I met him and Wi-Fi and shit.
How did you guys meet?
How did I meet? I think
That's
I went.
a good question.
I think one of my homie Keys from Orlando. I think we went to the studio one time with. He was going to the studio with Ski and X, and I ended up just tagging along with him and shit. And I think I met them there for the first time. Yeah.
And you guys all just hit it off, chemistry?
Yeah. We kind of just hit it off, bro.
Yeah.
We were fucking broke as fuck, bro. Just chilling every day and shit. And I think like X one day just asked me to like if I wanted to be a members only and shit. And I said yeah at the time. Like I was rocking out with him. You feel me? All the homies. This was when everyone was members only. Like
Right.
Like everyone was members only. Like everyone.
You guys were all
Everyone
just kicking it every day and shit?
Yeah,
or was
we were
that
just
kinda
kicking it every day
formation?
and shit. Yeah, but then, you know, I never, like, everyone kind of just, like, well, I kind of just, like, branched off, you feel me, kind of did my own thing. Like, I fuck with all the members only.
But from that time period in your life, though, who were you looking at as the big dog rappers in Florida?
In Florida?
Were you still looking at Perp like he was kind of like this big deal, or was it kind of past Perp already?
I think it was kind of past Perp.
It was
at this
definitely
time,
past Perp, I think.
Yeah.
it
I
was
think
kinda
Kodak
past
was still probably at
Yeah,
that
probably
time.
Kodak was the only one fucking lit.
Those are the kind of like the two sides of Florida, though. Is it's like the more internet post Raider Clan shit, and then you have like a Glock 9 or a Kodak or whoever that's like more straight street rap and probably don't know who the fuck SGP is.
Right.
I mean,
They don't.
true.
Presumably. I don't know. I would love to ask Kodak that.
Probably,
Right?
I
I doubt it.
Does, yeah.
He'd probably be like, I
know-
know that weird ass motherfucker.
Hey,
I don't
shout
know.
out SGP, man.
Yeah, but okay.
real.
So, but at this time period, like, had X or Ski or whatever had any actual like stuff popping off, or was it just purely kind of in the area? People were looking at it like,
Yeah, I
excited?
think he was just like,
I think the Look at Me shit was doing all right.
it was doing all right. Yeah. Well, yeah, it was doing all right.
But it wasn't like,
It wasn't big at all.
because he
but-
hadn't went to jail yet.
Nah, he hadn't gone to jail yet, but we were just kind of like doing shows and shit, and like it was still turned. Like, you feel me? It was just like local shit, you know.
Yeah, small
it wasn't
shows.
at
Like
any type
200.
of big scale at all. Yeah, like
200 people.
not even sometimes
Yeah,
like,
like 150. If that, 100.
Yeah.
Because
small
when we
shows.
did that interview, I think I remember that Look at Me had like 1 million plays.
Yeah.
I remember looking at it and
The
then just
one-
thinking that's crazy that he has a song with 1 million plays.
Yeah.
But it might have been just 1 million, which is crazy because
Yeah.
then it would have gone on to do so many fucking more.
I think so too. I think that was like around the time when it hit its first million, when we like went to LA the first time.
Right.
Like all together. And then we did the interview. I think that was around that time.
I mean, that
because that's when he
interview
had
is-
all those fans, because they were like blowing you up, trying to have him do the interview.
Yeah, because as much as he was like totally underground at the time, it was like he still just had so many fans.
many
and I would
fans, yeah.
constantly see that in my comments, and it was such a weird name that I would just constantly be like, what the fuck is that
Yeah.
word? It's like an
Avoid.
offensive looking word.
Yeah,
Like, what the
yeah,
fuck is this shit?
Yeah. That shit looks kind of
Definitely.
cool. It looks kind of cool.
Yeah, totally. But so did you talk about like just kind of seeing that whole world fucking blow up and
It's
stuff?
nuts, bro. You know, it's just like
For real.
to look at a kid just like me, like, you know, broke as fuck, just this is all he's got, you know what I mean? The only fucking dream, we all got the same dream, like, for him to see him go from that level to such a big fucking scale, it was amazing, bro. Motivated. I'm sure that got everyone off their ass, you know, at that time, like, yo, we gotta get to work, let's get it, like.
Scheme, did you always have a particular affinity for Danny? In terms of just thinking that he was like underrated or talented from that group of friends?
I've honestly been a Danny fan, like for a long time.
Hmm.
So I still remember like when Danny was first making music and shit, which is like before we had met. I had already known about him through like Swamp Posse shit, which was like a little group in Orlando that he was part of. It was cool, and like it was just like I just always believed in him. I just knew that like Danny was he's probably one of the most versatile between all of us. I don't know if that like I don't know how if people like will agree with me, but like I think it's true. Like I've seen him go to the studio and make like from reggae music to Spanish music to fucking just about anything. Like
listening to his old shit, I definitely heard like such a wide variety of styles because like you kind of had like the old school sort of Florida Vro style at one point of that super aggressive shit that was kind of running shit at the time. But you have like auto-tune shit from back then as well, right?
Yeah, for sure. I was always dabbling with like melodies and shit, but yeah, back in the day, at that time, we were just making turn shit, you know, shit we could perform. Really, that's really what I was focused on. Just
that was the main goal, really.
Making shit that sounds good live and shit, you know. But then after that, I was just like, you know, you start getting into like, all right, let's experiment and make actual good music and not just shit that sounds good blasted. You know?
A lot of that shit made particular sense when it was like 200-person warehouse shows and it was like straight people forget that era was like the first time I saw like Bones and Xavier Wolf playing to 400 kids in a warehouse, and I was like, what the fuck, because I had never seen rap like that. You know, like
that was crazy.
I only listened to like bigger rappers before that, and then all of a sudden here's this super lit underground shit, and it just struck me. I was like, this is insane.
Yeah, bro. I actually came up like in my early days opening for Xavier and shit like that, like in Orlando.
Yeah, shouts out to all of them.
Yeah, and shit like that. Like
those are really
back
cool
when I really didn't have shit going on, like the promoters in Orlando would have me opening up for Xavier and shit, and I always like that crowd always fucked with me hard. Like that was always my lit shows. Like when Xavier came to town, we used to open up for him, and I used to fucking turn that shit up every time for sure. Yeah.
I remember like 2016, Xavier did a whole run in Florida, and I went to one of those shows, and then the next day I went to a Pump show that Ski and Wi-Fi and Simi was headlining it, and that was the first time I ever hung out with Pump. And that was where we did that vlog where we ended up back at fucking Bruno's house, I think, and everybody's all fucked up. And I remember like fucking one of these porn star girls, who I actually remember her name, I'm not gonna expose her, but she just like ran in and started sucking Pump's dick while I was live on IG.
Oh my God.
That's the type of shit that happens on the house.
He was definitely underage. I don't know what she was on.
Pull up, suck a dick.
Pull up, suck a dick
and dip.
That's really...
Yeah.
Nah, that's the type of shit that goes on in the house, man.
But I mean, that era, like when you really think about it, like having that many lit young rappers, and then also having somebody like Bruno who's like in the porn game and facilitating all these different chicks coming through.
It was a good little fucking situation.
Yeah.
You think about it.
Bruno for sure. Yeah.
And then you have somebody like X, who's like the most blatant sex addict I ever met in my life, who's just overindulging.
Yeah, we spent a lot of nights in that fucking house, bro.
Yeah, everyone did.
Crazy ass nights.
That's funny.
Have you ever seen the X porno that allegedly exists?
I mean,
no, I haven't.
I've never seen it, but he was, like you said, he was like fucking super sex addict kind of person. I mean, so like he would like show like I remember this one time we were in Tampa, and like it was just really funny. We were with some girls, and like he didn't really like have a girl that he was with, and he was just like pulling his phone up on his dick and trying to like show all the girls. And I don't know if that was like a way of him to try to like get their attention, but like that's what he did. It was like, look at my dick. This is my meat. This is my meat.
Can you just imagine him sitting back looking at his own porno, like critiquing his form, or just being like, look how good I look right there, bro. Look, like that's just I can imagine him saying that without having heard him say that.
For sure.
And it's definitely real.
Yeah.
Sure,
that's fucking crazy.
Well, I don't know as far as the porn. I don't know the porno you're talking about. I don't know.
I
if it's
thought
real.
he said that he made one at one point, and then they just
I
decided not to put it out, like a real one, or like with a cameraman.
Oh, you're
right?
talking about like the Bruno thing, the episode thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure that for sure did happen.
Do you think that should come out or no? Is that good for society if he just? Nah, I don't think so. Nah,
that's fucked.
The world don't need to see that.
I don't need to see it. I mean,
Jeopardize
if it
his
got
legacy.
leaked, maybe it would be cool, you know?
Leak like a 10-second clip of it. It depends on what though. I'm not trying to see him eat pussy for sure.
Nah, that's weak.
That's super whack. Yeah,
That's weak.
That's about her.
Yeah, that's all about her. We're giving her clout now.
I don't know who she was. Damn, you probably do know.
You knew who it was?
No, but I mean, I'm saying you guys probably know her.
Probably. I don't know where.
There's a long list of people that have gone in and out that house, so it's like it really could have been just about anyone.
For sure.
Yeah, basketball.
Football team full of bitches.
Football team. There you go.
Sure.
We got to get Bruno on the show sometime to tell it. Like he knows mad shit. Like I actually interviewed him on camera.
I'm actually scared for that interview.
Yeah, that's scary. That's scary.
I interviewed him on camera, but it was like 3-4 days after X died, so it was like super sad, and it wasn't here. It was just like in his crib with a camera, so it's kind of weird.
You probably got a different side of him there.
Yeah, it wasn't really the vibe to be like, yo, tell me funny sex anecdotes about the SoundCloud era, dude.
Yeah.
Nah, you should definitely.
That was crazy because I still remember that. That was like, everyone thought it was so cool. Like it was like, oh yeah, he's like shooting this porn shit like with rappers.
Yeah.
And like, you know, at the time you're like, this is definitely the best idea. This is a good idea. And then after it's like,
I mean, like, didn't Fat Nick do one?
yeah.
A porn?
Or
I
Pretty sure he regrets it.
but I don't think he was in it.
Nah,
right?
it was
No.
like the one where like the rappers bring the girls and then like, I don't know. I think it's like
They get like a
Bruno and all his
groupie. They get like a
friends, like,
groupie, and then Bruno.
No, but then
fucks.
it's like, yeah, then
it was so crazy.
I think the theme is that like the girl goes home from the show with the rapper, but
Yes.
then ends up fucking this other
fucking
guy.
the homies. Yeah.
Right.
But there's been ones where like the rapper will like I forgot who he was. It was a really funny one. I'll never forget it because he was like talking about it a lot. Oh, what was his name? I think it was Lofty or someone. I can't remember. But he's like in the booth, right? It's like him at the studio. That's the episode, and it's like I forgot the lady. Actually, no, I know her name. I'm not gonna say her name because I fucking hate that lady, or the bitch, whatever her name is. But it was like her sucking his dick while he was like rapping in the studio, and like that was the episode.
That's lit.
So you know,
that's
it's like
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad
you
at that.
can't be mad at that.
Were you guys around when Riley Reid made her rap song?
No.
No.
Man, that shit
never
is
heard that.
racist.
What'd she say?
She's the racist one, right?
I mean, the
She's
song
racist.
has a lot of N-words in it, so
That's
I mean,
fucking
call it
racist.
what you
I
will.
heard. I think I heard it on
But
Twitter.
the thing that people don't know is that she made it with Metro Zoo.
Oh my God, that's right.
They wrote it for her.
I
Or
mean,
I
yeah,
don't know.
believe
I
it.
can't say that they wrote every word of it, but they were involved in some way.
Oh my
and
God.
now that video just comes back up
All
on
the
Twitter
time.
over and over, and it
All
just
the
keeps
time.
looking weirder and weirder as
think
time
I've
goes
seen
by.
God,
It's
that
funny as
sucks.
fuck.
It's gonna get to a point in like 3 years they're gonna bring it back,
I mean,
and they're
it's,
gonna ultimately cancel her maybe.
I mean,
Nah, bro.
as a porn star, you get a lot of leeway. I think.
For sure, bro.
You know.
Yeah.
Has
You'd
she been
hope.
on Blacked?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Definitely.
That was her way in.
I mean, that's the best. Yeah, the best thing you can do to make up for that, don't you think?
Yeah.
Give yourself
Gone
up.
blacked.
If
Give
you're a
yourself
white
up.
woman and you get exposed for saying some racist shit, and then you go do blacked,
Yeah.
does that kind of absolve you of your sins to a certain extent?
It's
I don't
okay.
know.
It's
It's a start.
I don't
okay.
know. It's
know.
definitely
I think she
something
could
that.
say it.
Huh?
I think she could say. I think she could say the N word.
I know. It's funny to imagine how many women would be so mad.
I'm not too sure about that. I don't know.
No, but it would,
After being on black, you could say that.
it's funny to imagine how many women would be so mad at the idea of like black dudes giving her a pass and being like, it's all right.
Nah, she gave everyone pussy. It's
Nah,
like,
she's tripping. She's tripping for that.
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's a weird one. You gotta listen to it. I'd love to get your reaction.
She's tripping. Yeah, I gotta hear that full song for sure.
You didn't go on the Revenge tour?
Nah.
You have any wild tour experiences during that whole time period?
I mean, I've been most of my tours have really been with Ski and this guy, and did a couple tours with Wi-Fi and shit back in the day. But that was really when we were like coming up and shit. You know, the Ski tours have been more of like a bigger stage
Bigger
for
productions,
sure.
because the way it goes now, like even like when Ski goes on tour now, like how does that compare to that like original X tour and shit?
you
like,
know
it's
what?
So
the
much more
last one
professional.
the last one we did, so the one we did before the last one was the Juice one, right? And that was like super like
professional.
Like Juice's team was super.
That was a fucking great
Hands-on.
tour, bro. Death Race for Love tour was
That was one of my favorite tours.
probably
For sure.
Yeah.
Probably is my favorite in terms of like ordered and shit.
Yeah, everything was.
But the Revenge
smooth.
tour was like first time ever selling shows out with like all your homies. So it was definitely really good. But yeah, fucking I forgot what I was saying.
No, yeah, just it's like that original X tour. Like when people talk about it, just sounds like so chaotic and
It really
so
was
hectic.
though. It really was. I mean, that's why we canceled it.
Oh yeah, it got canceled partway through, right?
Like 3/4 of the way or something. It was just like a lot of shit was going on. X's cousin had got shot on accident.
Back at home, right?
Back at home, and then
Right.
like Ja was like, "Man, this is like all these signs telling me to like go the fuck home."
Right.
You know, because it was like he was really like it was fresh on probation, like out of jail the second time, and it was like, "Yo, if you fuck up, you're going."
But every night there's just infinite different reasons for you to fuck up. There's like everything.
And that's what he was saying. That's what he was saying. It's like, it's almost like me being on tour is like a setup, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
And I agree with him because, you know, he knew that he couldn't control that sometimes, like himself being like a little like aggressive at the shows, because like that's the energy you're getting from your fans.
Yeah.
So if like you punch a kid and then it's like the kid's like, shit, I'm gonna sue you.
Yeah, and he had just blatantly
whatever, like,
he hadn't reached the point in his life where he could just go out, do his show, not jump into the crowd, keep it super chill.
That
and
was
then,
part of it.
And then go back to the hotel room and chill all night.
Nah.
He was not at that space in his
He had
life
to put
yet.
that work in, like,
He had to do some
get in that
shit.
crowd.
He wasn't going to be able to, like, dudes get to the point in their career where they literally are just boring as fuck because they know that if they get into crazy shit, it's going to get crazy. So they just do their show, go back to the hotel room, it's done.
Yeah, I'm starting to get like that.
You're starting to get like that.
Yeah, I mean, Ski,
I feel like I've done a lot of shows.
Jumps in the crowd every night. When we're on tour, every night he jumps in the fucking crowd.
That's true.
We jump right out to him. Like he's still like, and there's a lot of people at those shows, bro. You don't know who's in the crowd. You feel me? But he still does.
I mean, when we're talking about crazy things that happen on the tour, remember that clip of Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Holy
Getting
shit.
the dog shit beaten out of him while he was stage diving. That was the craziest shit.
That was really crazy.
That was
for like
fucked
for
up.
everyone on the tour, because it was like, I think that was the first night of tour. I honestly, yeah, it really was. Yeah, we flew in. I remember that we flew in, and it was just like so crazy because it was like not even fans at the show. It was like some dudes who like, you know, I don't know. I think Wi-Fi figured that out later. Maybe it was like some beef or something. I don't really know. Maybe they had like some hatred towards him, but they got into the show. They were like stealing phones all night from kids, like beating kids up in the crowd, which was like super crazy. You know? So I guess they were just like waiting for anyone.
Just way out on some
it
fuck
just so
shit.
happened.
I don't think they targeted Wi-Fi.
No, they definitely did not.
He probably just jumped in there where they was at.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they were probably like,
For sure. But still, that
fuck
was
shit.
super crazy. And that like set the tone for the tour. Like it was like, oh shit, this is gonna be insane.
Yeah.
And then like shit continued. A lot of shit that happened that's like nobody really knows.
Really?
I mean, it's not like super incriminating shit, but it's just like super funny things, like just funny shit.
I mean, the fact that he got knocked out that night and then just kept going on the tour like nothing happened is pretty unbelievable when you really think about it.
Yeah. I mean, bro, he was like, he was pretty like whatever about it at first. You know, he was like, man, it's just some bullshit. Like, fuck them.
Yeah.
Like some broke ass motherfuckers
Just
doing
keep
some
going.
lame shit. You gotta keep going. Because I feel like if you don't, then it's like you're pussy. If you
like
go
a
home right
bitch,
away, you're a
you
bitch.
fucking drop out of the tour.
Nah. And he knew it too. He was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get clout from this. Like,
Yeah.
that was definitely like, I mean, we were like that at first. It was like, yo, whatever we can do to like show people that like we have talent, I guess, and like whatever we have to do, whether it's fucking like ski freestyling and a girl getting fucked in the background to like, you know, it was just like that.
That happened?
you
Where's that
remember
footage? I
You
don't
remember
see
that
that video?
It's like the girl fucking.
It's like I think Bruno's fucking the girl in the back.
Is it? What position is that?
What?
Where
The
she's like
girl on top facing you?
No, reverse
okay.
cowgirl, right?
That's what they're doing in the background and Ski's right in front of it? I didn't even know
he's
about
like
that.
freestyling and shit.
And
That's
she's
hard.
just like bouncing, like it's so funny.
She's like moaning.
And
While,
Ski's like, and she just hear her moaning in the background.
Wow.
It's so funny.
That's fucking crazy.
so funny.
So how did that song come about?
How you feel?
The yeah.
Man, that shit was a fucking.
It was
throwaway
a throwaway.
Song,
It was really.
Like,
it was
it was
2-3 tours ago. That song got done, right?
Yeah,
On
it was a
tour.
while ago. So
And was just skiing you at first, I'm assuming?
yeah. It was so I went to Atlanta to work with Ski and shit, just try to make some songs for his album and shit.
That's what it was.
Yeah, and
You're
then
right, yeah.
we were just cooking shit up, and I think like he did the beginning part that first made a good that shit, and then I did like probably like 3-4 bars, like the I feel great, and then
Some
I
other
did the
shit.
hit him with a salt open, little bit salt open, and then I just stopped, and then Ski went to like smoke a cigarette, and then we never finished the
It was
song.
done.
Like, yeah, we were at that time. I don't think we were really fucking with it.
Nah.
Like, we
No
were,
one
like,
really was. It was kind of funny how like even that little EP that I put together, because it was just like, bro, we had all these songs that we would vibe to occasionally, but they're really half done. And then I was just like, my kind of thing is like, you know, like I use the social media thing to like link with people. I mean, everyone does. But I was like, I'm gonna post a song.
You use it to gauge how much people like shit?
Yeah. So like I like test it out.
Right.
Like I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna post it on my Instagram.
Wait. So he hit me saying he wanted the song.
Yes. This happened
And
first.
he you know, fucking he pretty much put the shit together. It would have never happened without him. You know what I mean? Like for sure. Like I finished the shit. He was like, finish the shit.
I called him and I was like, yo, so like the whole thing is like the how you feel, you know? Like we have to keep that consistent in the song. So I was like, go finish your verse. And then when I posted it, that's where I was gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna add someone. My original idea was to do like JID or JID, and he like agreed to it and shit, and it was cool.
That's what we wanted
but
to
then I don't remember. Maybe he might have been busy, and then Yachty commented on my Instagram and was like, Danny's voice sounds crazy. So I was like, okay, Yachty, you down? And he was like, I'm gonna do it tonight. And I was in the DR. I was in like Dominican Republic at the time, like on vacation, and he like sent it back right away, and I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Yachty seems like he's totally like down to hop on a song if he just genuinely likes that song.
Yeah, I
can
can tell.
And we've known him for a long time. Like I still remember meeting Yachty. Like,
bro, I think Yachty is one of the most like people when you say Lil Yachty, like people.
Because he's a superstar. Everybody knows who he is.
No,
but
he's definitely
always been so normal in terms of like the rappers I'm friends with. He's never acted weird, never been a pompous dickhead at all.
Yeah. No, he could. I feel like he could rap, bro.
I
feel like he could rap, bro. I've been hearing shit from him lately that's like, it's like, okay, like Yachty could rap.
I mean, shit, I really like his verse on How You Feel. He slid that shit, even though it's like super like monotone, but like I like that from him. Like when he just spits.
That's his swag, though. That's his swag. A lot of his shit is monotone. A lot of his shit is monotone.
He got a new song with Tato with a video.
I heard it.
Really?
It's hard.
So far.
That's hard.
I
haven't heard it.
That shit's hard.
Yeah. It's just tight to have Yachty doing a song with Tato.
I would have done it too.
In my book, Tato is like one of the most savage rappers of all time because you just listen to him rap and it's just so obvious that he's just like. I watched him do a verse.
On that.
He was so hyped on his verse while he's doing it. He's just loving it, just being a gangster ass motherfucker, not giving a shit.
I still remember like back in the day when people would post like weed people would be like, Tato robbed me for 100 pounds. It's like looking for Tato. And it's like a picture of him like, and it's like, what are you gonna do about it? Stole 100 pounds from me, like
holy fuck, that is incredible.
like shit like that. I remember seeing shit like that, and like, man, Tato's a legend.
Wow.
For real.
Dude, I had a fucking weed guy tell me recently that a rapper hit him up trying to buy 100 pounds, and it was like a really famous rapper, and he made it sound like the rapper just got really frustrated with the rap game and like decided
And it's like,
that
I'm gonna just trap.
and just buy 100 pounds, and that the dude who was talking to him was like, well, maybe we could start with 10 or something.
Yeah,
Like, maybe,
start light.
Maybe I won't give you 100 right
Yeah.
away. And then he just was like, fuck it, I'm over it.
I'm over it. I'm gonna rap again.
I'm gonna keep rapping.
I'm gonna keep rapping. I don't have any clientele.
Nah, yeah. So, Danny, what has like kept you fucking motivated to keep going with the artist shit? And you know, a lot of people from that time period are either just over it or they just gave up, whatever.
Yeah, bro. I mean, honestly, bro, like I've always loved doing this shit, and I feel like I've never really had like my breakout yet. You know what I mean? But I know I know I could rap. You know what I mean? And I know I can make really good fucking music, bro. So like, this shit is like plan A and B and C for me. You know what I mean? Like I'm never gonna stop doing this shit. And like all the homies, losing a lot of the homies really kept me going too, man. Like you know, Eggs and Juice and shit like that. These were like people that as our friends, but you know, also people that we look up to musically and shit. You know, so like
For sure.
you know, just I guess. You know, just that shit'll make anyone get off their ass, bro. You know, losing a homie, you want to keep that shit going for them.
For sure.
I mean, the X thing and the Juice thing both stand out because it's like you're literally looking at the person who, in terms of that style, was by far the best at that style. It's almost like when Juice passed, it's kind of like, who the fuck is going to be able to fill that lane and be even close to like what he was? Because you like, I've heard a million
My money's
rappers
on
try to
Leroy.
say- Leroy's good.
Yeah, it might be the closest thing.
People are fucking with Leroy, to be honest.
I mean, I just like remember from the days like Juice really believed in him, and
He's
like
fire, bro.
I really believe in him, and I co-signed him really hard.
Yeah. Honestly, his interview is doing super good. People seem like they were like really, really interested in him.
I heard his music last night, like his album he's working on, and it's
Juice was the perfect like blend of like, I feel like Juice was the perfect blend of like that like trap like melodic shit that we fuck with, but also with like substance. You know what I mean? Like he's like the perfect blend of like those melodies that we like mixed with like I'm actually saying some shit. You know what I mean?
The writing, the work ethic, like
Yeah,
he would
bro,
just have
it's
like so
ridiculous.
many good ass lyrics in where most rappers have just boring ass lyrics.
Bullshit.
To be real,
Things
Yeah,
don't
bro.
really. Yeah,
The
facts.
fucking rap machine, bro.
Yeah, he really was.
Fucking rap machine. I mean, at the same time, bro, like all the greats are, bro. Like Ski's a fucking rap machine. All our homies. We're blessed to really
Ski
have
really,
like
the best.
to be all in the same circle, bro. Like that shit's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
I think
still
about
think
that shit
about
a
that
lot.
shit. You know what I mean?
too,
Like
man.
what are the chances of like
all this
us
shit
just
is just-
linking up on some like before really making music shit? Like I didn't even make music with X like that, bro. Like I probably like X probably hopped on like one of my songs, tried to do like a remix for it or some shit a long ass time ago, bro. Like I never did music with X. It was our relationship was never like that. You know what I mean? Like it was never like, oh yo, you're hard, let's get in the studio. You know what I mean? Like it was like we were just kicking it. You know what
Right.
I mean, we were kicking it in real life.
the fact that X and Ski were literally sleeping in a car together, and then they went on to become as like talent, or that they both were as talented as they were, is kind of freaky. Like you don't,
Yeah, bro.
Destiny, bro.
you don't
It
just.
is just some real crazy
How is that
destiny shit.
That seems like it should be like impossible because you know so many people that are trying to rap and have two people who are so good at making music who just so happen to be best friends from such an early age.
Yeah.
It is really crazy. I used to. It was just super. Like, bro, I still remember we were all super homeless. Like,
Yeah.
like literally sleeping on the same like couch at fucking X's old manager's house, which was like a fucking shitty like UCF area, like fucking
Apartment. It was like a
college
fucking college
area.
apartment.
Like it was definitely not supposed to hold that many people, but like we were in that bitch every day making music, like you know, like hitting people up, like oh SoundCloud repost for $30 for us to be able to like go get a dub sack and buy everyone McChickens.
Wow.
That was really that was like what it was. Drive to South
South by
by.
Southwest was like
You drove there from
it
Miami
was
for
like
that?
lit. It was like oh,
drove
gotta
from
go to
Orlando.
Southwest.
What was that like though with
Stupid
that
as shit.
squad? And were you guys all kind of on zero at that time, but you went there?
Nah, so like the thing was we had like some people. So you know how Wi-Fi kind of like came first, like me
Right,
and Wi-Fi were
okay.
like doing things out of the state first.
Right.
We really were. So like we like knew people in Texas and like they were doing like the unofficial South by Southwest shows. You know what I'm talking about? Like how they used to do them a lot. And we got booked for like 2 of them, and Ja got booked for 1. Ski ended up not going because of some shit, but it was just like we figured out a way to like make some money out there. So it was like maybe 3 shows equal to like $1,200 or $1,500 between like all of us. So we were like, fuck it, we can like afford to go out there. So X ended up like finessing someone to buy him a flight, like some extra. He just like I don't know,
That's some-
you know,
sure some action.
did some shit, like called him and was like, I'm not going if I don't get a flight, like you know, and somehow, you know, I mean, he's pretty persuasive.
He can make you convinced
Make
that
it
you need
happen.
to cut the check.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So that happened, but me, Wi-Fi, and my boy, we all drove out there, and then we ended up like, it was super shitty. Like things did not go as planned.
A lot of South by does not go
Yeah,
as
yeah.
planned. Yeah.
We were not allowed into like we were
Fuck
not
South
allowed
bys.
upstairs at like a Yes Jules event that like she like invited us to, like, you know, like Cardi was there and like everyone was super cool, like ASAP and fucking just like a bunch of people, and it was like we were like the outcast, kind of like just
Yeah.
like starting SoundCloud people that like kind of some people knew. You know what I mean? Like we would get noticed maybe like once a day,
Right.
And we're there like all day. You know what I mean? Like or twice a day or
I
whatever.
feel like I went to that. Yeah, I definitely went to that fucking Yes Jules party. If it's the
Yeah.
year that I'm thinking of,
yeah, with the house
2016,
that like
2017.
fucking.
Yeah, it was like a 40-ounce van party too, right?
Yeah. Well, there was
Yeah.
there was 2 of them. There
That's
was one
so
that had, like
crazy.
a barn.
That's crazy to think I
one
might
that
have
was
just like
like a
walked
house.
by you guys at that, and
That too.
Oh, I went to that one with the
Yeah,
barn.
you went to the barn, but there was
Went
the
to the
one
barn.
before that one was the one that we were like not allowed into, and fucking X like snapped on me. He's like, "Stop being a bitch! Like, who gives a fuck if we're not allowed in?" Because he saw that I was like upset, but he was just like, "Yo, Gabe, like you gotta keep your head up. Like our time is coming." Like I'll never forget that moment when he was like, "It's gonna happen, bro. Like real soon."
that's good advice right there.
And then like Fat Nick and Pouya hit me up, and they're like, "Yo, we're on tour out here, whatever. Like, you know, if you guys want to pull up." And we drove to Austin, or no, we drove from Austin to, I don't remember. It might have been Dallas. I don't really remember. Somewhere in Texas, but or no, it was San Antonio. Yeah, Austin to San Antonio, and that was like, Southside Suicide Tour. So that was like the Suicide Boys
yeah.
and Pouya, Fat Nick, all like the Buffet Boys. And they were like, yo, come on tour with us pretty much after the first date. And then like we followed them from there. We did like another show, like maybe, we did Dallas. Then we went to Atlanta. Then we did Orlando. And then we did Miami with them. Or Fort Lauderdale, same shit, whatever. But that was just like a crazy point because it was like, we just didn't expect that. Like
X was on those tour dates too.
Yeah, we were just supposed to go
low-key.
home like after fucking what's it called? After South by was like everything was really shitty. We spent all of our money. We're all broke as shit. Like X did some dumb shit where he had like $400 from his show and like he walked up to a homeless person. I mean, it's not some dumb shit, but it was some dumb shit for us though. You know, like we had no fucking money and like bro gives him $400 and I'm like, listen, I'm all for karma, but like you could have gave him a dub.
Yeah, you could have gave him $10 and he would have been the happiest day of his life.
And he gave him all that shit, and I was literally like, my boy Richard was like, so fucking pissed.
The helping hand challenge right
He's
there.
like, what
That's
the
where it came from.
Yeah, for real.
Early.
For real. But like
Holy
it was just so
shit.
funny, and like I didn't understand it at the time, but like, thinking about it full circle, like
Maybe the people who should be giving their money away to the homeless are just like not you, where you're borderline homeless at this moment.
Yeah.
Like, you could easily be homeless tonight, so
Yeah.
maybe you should be more worried about yourself.
craziest thing was we might have slept in the car that night. Yeah. For sure.
That's insane. Wait, but you're telling me X was able to go on to South by Southwest and he was on tour with Pouya and Suicide Boys, and
With all of us.
there wasn't any like real incidents or nothing crazy happened during that time period?
Oh yeah, for sure there was. He fucking like threw some shit into the crowd and almost got like Pouya in so much trouble at one of the shows. Like fucking, it was so crazy. Like he punched a kid in the face. Like
Wow.
that happened a lot of times. But yeah, it was like a lot of crazy shit. But it was like for us, that was like us learning. Like we were just like watching it and we're like, wow, this is like crazy. Like
Yeah,
hope we can do that one day.
I remember when like when he lived in Orlando for like a short period of time, and you know the viral video when he's like fighting the kid, like choking him, he's smiling and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'll
I think
never
that was the
forget
cover.
that day.
Well, it was an album cover
To Young
too,
Brats.
right?
Young Brats.
Brats. Okay,
Young Brats.
so
Was it?
he had just recorded Young Brats. And well, he had a show. Okay, so I was in Orlando. He told me to go to his apartment. I went through. He played me Young Brats. And I
That's
was
when he
like,
had that
damn.
apartment.
Yeah, the fucking apartment.
I don't know how he finessed that apartment. Was it a girl?
I don't know.
Maybe.
bro.
Who knows? It was
I
just
don't
like.
know. I don't know, but he played me Young Brats. I was like, damn, this shit is hard. He's like, yeah, bro, I got a show tonight. Come with me. I was like, all right, bet, let's go. And I guess on the way there, he was like, yo, some kid, like this kid's fucking trying me. You feel me? Like through Instagram or some shit. I think
I think it's through Twitter. Or
it
something
was like
that,
over
yeah.
a feature or some shit.
No, it was a feature.
Yeah. So X was like, yo, so when I see you in there, like, I'm gonna fuck you up. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Straight up.
Yeah, so we got to the show. X gets out the car. I already felt his vibe like 5 minutes. Like on the car ride, he was just sitting like this, like.
Ready?
I was like, bro, this guy's gonna fuck some
He's
shit up
gonna
when we get to the
fight.
show.
Because he was the kind of person where a lot of people, like if they were going to a party and they knew they were supposed to fight somebody, they would still kind of like beat around the bush a little
Right,
bit,
right.
argue.
Nah. Right.
Like he's just somebody who was so principled.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
He was
exactly.
just down.
Bro, gets out the car, goes straight in the venue, walks in. He's the headliner.
Yeah.
Walks straight in the venue, through the crowd, like through the front door, through the crowd. Everyone's like, holy fuck, it's X. He like grabs the kid. He's like, come outside.
Yeah.
Go outside. It's
crazy.
Just squares up with him.
And explodes.
I
him.
think that's just fucking starts beating him up. I think, bro, honestly, that
That was
shit, it's not on
crazy.
camera. It's not on camera. That shit turned to a brawl after.
brawl. Everyone
And,
fought.
Yeah, I was fighting like the kid that he was fighting. I was fighting his friends. All
Sky was fighting the
Yeah,
other
Sky, fucking Wilkins Soul from
Yeah.
Members Only. All of us, we were fighting these kids, bro. That shit turned into a fucking brawl, bro. But I guess.
That was so sick. That picture holding him, choking him
Yeah,
out.
that was nasty.
That's insane. Did that kid ever try to sue or anything?
I don't know.
I don't
Fuck
think
him.
so.
No.
I don't know. I hope he doesn't make music.
That's
Fuck
clout.
you.
Yeah,
I
imagine.
think so.
Can you imagine a kid trying to make an album or a career off of that?
I think he was like,
Yeah,
no,
right?
not off that, but like he had.
He was like on
he
some
was a
shit
rapper,
where he was. Yeah, he was a rapper in Florida. Actually, I take it back. I don't mean to say fuck you because I kind of feel bad now.
No, remember the fat,
You know what I
the
mean?
fat
Like,
kid?
It destroyed his like ambition to
But
like
remember the
rap.
X album cover with that one fat kid? What was the story about him that kid did something
one?
crazy? It was
With the blunt in the nose?
Yeah.
You talking about him?
Yeah.
Fuck, what's
He
his name?
stabbed somebody or some shit?
No, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Oh, fuck, I can't
the
remember
little
his name.
kid, the little blonde kid.
Yeah. He went
Yeah.
down a bad path, I
Yeah?
guess you could say.
Yeah,
But
he went to jail or some shit.
he went to jail for like a stabbing someone or something like that.
God
But shout
damn.
out to bro, cause he was really nice and shit. Like I remember we did a show after I think it was at the end of the Revenge tour. It might have been the last show that we did. It was the Florida show that we did, and he like pulled up, and I was like, yo, it's so crazy to see you. Like you're older now, and then like all of a sudden like the next time I saw him was like his mugshot, and I'm like, wow, hope he gets out.
Insane.
And now he like converted to like I don't know.
Like he's
Oh my
religious
God,
or
that's
something?
He's like religious.
No.
You don't
Is he
talk
like
about
a Muslim.
Yeah.
Oh no, that kid's a
He went
Nice.
to jail, turned Muslim.
There's a picture.
Fire.
It's like the picture of him like through the thing.
dude. They must be so convincing when
What's
you
his
go
name?
to
It was like
jail.
Lil something or Young something. I mean, everyone's
Lil Esco. That's why when
I
Lil,
wanted to say that
when Lil
but
Esco
it's-
started popping, I kind of thought it was that kid. But then I'm like, this doesn't make sense, like timeline wise. It could not have.
he never
They
aged.
got the same
Like he aged slow.
Maybe.
Yeah, but like you look at the picture of the kid now, and he's like,
Right.
It looks crazy.
If Lil Esco went Muslim,
That'd be hard.
that'd be a hard look.
Nah,
Nah, the streets ain't ready for that.
I'm ready for that. I want that shit to happen.
Did you see the picture of Lena Dunham walking the runway and everybody said it was Lil
Oh my
Esco?
God! It
Oh
looks
my-
just like him.
That was the
Wait,
funniest meme.
who's that lady?
Lena Dunham?
Right, it's a lady.
Yeah. You know, she's just like an actress and like an author and shit. She had that show Girls. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Oh yeah,
but-
for sure. I know girls very well.
No, you don't know what I'm talking about? It was
Yeah,
fucking
I
good.
fucking
It was a pretty funny
episode.
show, I'm not gonna lie.
My girl might know.
First season or two, I thought it was pretty good. But yeah, she's like actress. One time I made fun of her for
looks
smoking weed.
Is that his mom? Like
She blocked me on Twitter because I said that she needed to stop talking about weed because she was gonna make it. She's gonna make nobody want to smoke weed anymore. It was like 2013. I said it was like the first celebrity who ever blocked me. I
I got a lot of people that blocked me.
Really? You just talking shit?
Yeah,
Really?
like back in the day. I
That's
think
tight.
Rich the Kid has me blocked.
That's super funny
I
though that you would
remember
meet
that.
him
I
now and be like,
remember
"Why,
that.
you,
You
bro?
remember
You gotta be blocked." They'd probably be like, "Boo."
No,
Like,
it literally happened to me. Where like I forgot what we were doing. He was there. It might have been something with Cole or some shit like that. I dap him up, whatever. Just like
it's just-
laughing in my head.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you have
But
no idea.
You know when you're young and you're just starting to get some clout and you
Mm-hmm.
feel like every famous person is gonna know the thing that you said about them on
Yeah,
Twitter
yeah.
3 years
You-
ago?
You slowly learn that that's not true.
Nobody fucking
And
knows.
nobody has
anything.
any idea.
But every once in a while, like I don't know what MGK's mad at me about, but apparently, like it was something I said over
Yeah,
the years.
right?
It's like,
I
Maybe
got-
it was the Eminem thing.
wait, so you really don't know why he's mad at
But
you?
he denied when I said that. I'm like, "You really mad about what I said about the Eminem thing?" He goes,
Oh,
"What?"
yeah,
He
yeah.
goes, "It's not about that." But I'm like, "Shit, I don't know what it's about then." Like,
I mean, dude, you're like in a relationship. You
Bro, that
could
was
not
the
have fucked one of his girlfriends.
That was the
no.
funniest fucking
Dude, the
clip
idea of him
ever.
fucking Noah Cyrus, that was in the news. I was like, wow, that's crazy. That's like a really. I wasn't expecting that as a couple.
What?
No,
Allegedly.
sorry. MGK.
How
I don't
old
know
is this girl?
Noah Cyrus, she's at
Is
least
she-
18, 19, 20, something like that.
I hate that when people are like, she's at least 18.
I mean, I would assume
This is like-
Lil Xan was hanging out with her, and that was like 2 years ago.
That's
and
all right though. Lil Xan, Noah Cyrus. That's
Lil Xan is like permanently 14 in my mind.
me too.
Yeah.
I don't think he's changed at all. Has he even grown up? Does he have facial hair now?
Maybe a couple hairs sprouting out here and there.
Damn.
We don't see enough Lil Xan. It's like kind of weird to think that you used to like go to a show and just see like Lil Xan there all the time. And now
Yeah.
it's like the community is kind of like dissolved in a lot of these places because like certain people are successful. I mean, there's still scenes.
My
but-
dad's a crackhead. That shit is so good, bro. Listen, no disrespect to him because like I think he's actually like a really nice, like sweet kid, you
Yeah.
know. But like, bro, that was just so funny
When that
you know?
happened,
You
yeah.
need to learn to laugh about things like that.
There
you
is a
know?
lot
I hope
of
he.
funny
I
Lil
hope
Xan moments.
he looks back and laughs. I would laugh at myself.
Hip hop itself is like a reality show, and sometimes like you'll just have a new
Yeah.
character on the show, and they'll just be everywhere. Like 6ix9ine was like the character on this reality show
Yeah, yeah.
called Rap Music for a year, nonstop. They
Nonstop.
must like Jay
I was
Z must
looking
have signed
back
a
at that.
huge contract. For, I just assume Jay Z is the one like signing the deals for who's going to be in. You know, like Lil Xan did like a solid year on the show,
yeah.
and
He did
then
well. He did well.
He's
He
kind of
did
dipped
well.
off, but
He really did well. And then it was just
WWE, dog.
a lot of people. not that they're not cut out for it. I think that a lot of people don't have like the right like training. Well, I wouldn't say I was trained, but I like watched a lot of people, so I learned a lot. You know, a lot of people like media training is like a very important thing.
You did that?
I mean, just being a
No,
fan.
I didn't do it,
just being
but
a
I've
seen
fan.
other
you
people
feel
do
me?
it.
Yeah.
I start to understand it, and like you gotta like think about what you're saying and doing.
Like maybe on your first interview ever, you shouldn't like tell a story about how you fucking attacked a gay guy in jail.
Yeah,
That people are then gonna bring up for the entire rest of your career. Like that is like, as much as that was such a crazy moment for him to tell a story that was that real or that insane, is also like when I look back at it now, I'm like, wow. Like now, if I was homies with him and he had said that, I might say like, yo, bro, we can't put that out.
We might not put that.
Maybe we shouldn't put that
maybe
out
we
because that's
should.
gonna follow you for a long time.
Yeah.
He was raw.
I love
bro.
that though.
Uncut,
I loved
uncut,
how that
but
He
was
had
like.
no filter.
no
Yeah,
filter.
and it was no jumper, no filter. I love that.
It was so
I miss
crazy.
those days.
He wanted to keep going too for like another hour.
I
on that
know you
interview.
remember that, and then he was like, "You need to interview Ski because we didn't talk to him enough."
That's fucked
and
up.
then Ski
yes.
was like, very just
Well,
quiet.
that was
Like,
supposed to be like
I mean, you know, it was really just
a
like
ski acts interview.
No, because
that's
I
how
barely
X
knew who
made
Ski
it.
was.
That's how X made it seem, you know.
But
for him, for
X
for
wanted
Ski.
to hype up Ski, but
For
Ski
sure.
like hadn't like I just didn't know about him really at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah.
But there's moments where X is saying some of the gayest shit ever that
Like,
you've ever
looks
heard a
at-
rapper
looks
say,
at
and
him.
Ski's like straight up looking at the camera and hard,
What
like
the
what the
fuck?
fuck? Like
Yeah.
even at the time, Ski so clearly knew that this dude was a fucking nut.
Oh yeah.
bro. Yeah.
I mean, bro, fucking, he's awesome. Nut. Pause.
How
That's
much
weird.
are you trying to be on Scheme's album, or what are you?
Oh, I'm
working-
putting this man all
Yeah,
over
yeah,
my
that's
shit.
what it feels, right?
Pause again.
What-
Shit, bro.
Well played. So talk about your album and what the different kinds of things you're trying to execute with it is going to be.
So I just like as I keep working on it, I keep like changing ideas, which is like really tough for me because it's like hard for me to focus sometimes. But I just basically like want to show people my relationships in the music industry and like show people that I have the ability to like put good tracks together. And like also I'm really starting to take this producing stuff. See, I want to be taken more seriously as a producer because
You made that beat by yourself?
no, that was a Ronnie J thing.
Oh, okay,
and like
right.
I mean I had a lot of like input with like the beat and shit, but like
bro, he-
at that time I wasn't making beats like that. Like now like the RVD beat I made
Yeah,
with my boy Nuri, like all the shit I'm doing for my project now, I don't think there's anything on my project that I have done or have half finished or anything that I haven't produced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. There's nothing.
Right.
I'm really trying to like co-produce, like only produce myself. I think like the co-production shit is big for me right now because it's like I learn a lot more. Like when I work with Ronnie, he teaches me a lot. When I work with my boy Nuri, he's like really smart and very technical, so I learn a lot. And then like starting to work with like Rex and like a lot of like bigger producers that I've met along. It's just like I'm just trying to put this project together, show people basically that like I am a talented song producer, like, you know, and like I know what's hot, and like, you know, I mean, it would be cool to like show people that like there's artists like Danny that are really, 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 really good.
Is that what you're trying to
You
do
know?
though? Or are you trying to like kind of
There's only gonna be a few
bring
of
him
them,
in the game
a few
in a way
Dannys.
and like try to help blow him up as like
I
a
mean,
way of sort of
that's
showing
like,
your
that's
value?
definitely
you know?
like that's definitely like something that would mean a lot to me.
Right.
Like and that's why the How You Feel song means like literally the world to me. Like I know it's just something that like had blown up on TikTok and like it was super cool, whatever, you know. But like it just means a lot to me that like Danny was a part of it because he is one of my favorite artists, and like Ski feels the same way. So like that's how we work. Like, you know, like the VR like Slither and shit is like something that me and Ski and Danny and like our group is working on. So like that's like our main goal is to like put spotlight on like each of us. You know, show that Danny's a really talented artist. Show that Scheme is a great producer. Show that Ski is the best rapper. Like that's kind of our goal. You know,
TikTok rapper. I'm a TikTok rapper.
Yeah, are you
Officially.
you're owning that?
I'll take it.
Did you see a lot of like
I'll fucking take that.
TikToks of like little kids doing the How You Feel thing and everything?
bro.
That must be crazy.
Bro.
My favorite one was the one that got deleted.
When
of
people,
the head.
all right, so when people tell me like, yo, people don't tell me like, yo, I heard your shit, it was dope. People tell me like, yo, my little sister showed me your shit.
Shit, yeah.
like my fucking 9-year-old sister plays your shit, like that type of shit. Like I don't really get people like, oh, like I do. Like everyone knows this shit, bro. It's viral, but like it's a lot of fucking young kids that really love that. A lot of little kids, bro.
A viral moment like that will like help propel the entire rest of your rap career, right? Like,
yeah, bro.
For sure. Help get your name out there so much
TikTok
more.
TikTok is fire, bro. That shit. If you go viral on TikTok, your shit's gonna be lit.
You're gonna get a deal,
you're gonna get a little
brother.
Fucking bag.
That's how
deal,
I feel
for sure.
I mean, that's how it kind of went down for me. My shit blew up on TikTok, and I had fucking so many different labels like trying to hit me up and offer me things, and I thought that was really cool.
But you did the deal with Empire, right?
Oh yeah.
How's that going?
It's actually going really good, but I feel like I just like Empire was the best way for me to go because like I'm super like the way that I think is like super independent and like as far as like having a label, I've had the homies that have signed to the label. I ski signed, Wi-Fi sign. I've seen it all, you know, and it's like in some aspects I see where it's really good, and then I also see where like it could become a problem because of the type of person that I am. I'm very like sporadic and like I work off impulse, and like I'm maybe not the best when people try to set me up with things that I don't really know about myself.
Right.
Like I don't really like take well to those things. I would like to know first, you know. But I know like labels do that. They like put you in a studio with someone, whatever. Like I'm not really. I want to work with you. That's how it's gonna work, you know.
Right.
Like I don't really care for that other shit. But I really love the Empire shit because that's like my main goal. I want to own most of my music, you know, like more % than they own. Like that should be every artist's goal. Like own more of your shit than anyone else owns. Own all your masters. Own fucking get the bag.
Right.
That's where the bag's at. Not the advance. The advance, a couple $100,000, the couple mil if you're lucky, whatever. Like that shit's cool, but like you could blow that shit so fast.
We've seen
will blow that.
Yeah, you will blow it.
Oh yeah, I've spent so much money. I don't care, you know. It's just real life, but it's just like
I could have been signed. I could have been got my little 100.
Yeah, for real, like, whatever. But you just got to do it right, bro. You got to do it right.
I've blown 100K already, like.
But imagine you had taken 100K 2 years ago. The money is 100% gone, and then you signed to this label, and they're not really like all that bothered about making your career pop off.
I don't care. Yeah.
If you did make because realistically, if you were already signed and then you did that song with Scheme, then the label's gonna be like, oh, all right, come on,
we gotta go.
It's time. Let's go. Let's put this shit together. We got this EP.
It made me a priority.
We gonna buy a verse off.
Someone,
fucking, I don't know.
Somebody.
Russ, we're gonna get a Russ verse for you, whatever.
For real though.
Let's do this.
Yeah,
for real, bro.
I wonder how much that goes for.
I mean, hey, if you're street certified Russ, I think I could get you a Russ verse for low.
I don't think I want
You owes me a favor.
He owes you a favor. Oh, shit. Man, you know, that Russ shit was really cool in the industry.
Russ tried to single-handedly take out the whole SoundCloud era, dude.
Yeah, it was really crazy. But you know what? Looking back at it, I see where people might have taken things a little too far sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And then I also see where I know that he knows like the little mistakes that he made, which were like as far as like the culture,
right?
You know, but at the end of the day, it was really cool. And I mean, yo, I know he's got to be appreciative of that shit. Like the underground scene did a lot for him in the sense of like that hate really propelled his fans to become like super fans of him, and like I'm defending Russ, you know. I was a Russ fan before the fucking hate.
I feel like a lot of Russ's fans don't even know about that stuff.
Really?
Like I feel like a lot of Russ's fans probably don't know that Lil Pump
they're like college kids and they don't
like,
care. But there are people that do. Like the stands on the internet, it made him have like a little army of people that were like, well, you don't know anything about Russ. He has great songs. He writes all his music, produces it all. Like, yeah, I feel like it worked out really well for him.
Yeah.
And I mean, shit, he didn't get beat up.
But when I was going through with Russ on Twitter and stuff, I don't really remember like seeing a lot of Russ fans in my mentions, even though me and him were like quote tweeting each other. It just didn't feel like his fans really saw it as much of a need to get involved.
For sure. Yeah.
Whereas my fans, I felt like were very concerned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't
weird
know,
experience.
Man.
I agree though. That's really how it is though. Our the fans that.
Because our fans are the kind of fans who want to fucking beef, who want to tell somebody to kill themselves on Twitter. Yeah. His fans are like realistically the types of fans who are probably much more concerned with the music.
Or have like a tweet that was posted like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's the last tweet. You know what I mean? It's like
they tweet at you and then the other tweet before that was 2 years ago.
Exactly.
It's like Nah, he actually has some really great songs.
They had to do the
Tweet before
forgot
that.
password. They have to do the forget password thing to diss you. Damn, that's fucked up.
Nah, but that shit was awesome for his career.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, looks like he's doing great.
Seems like he's doing
Beautiful
great.
house.
He's got a book. My fucking
He's got a
publicist gave
basketball
me his
court.
book for my birthday. I didn't read it yet, but
Is the book about any of the shit that happened?
no.
That would be sick.
That would be great if I was in the book and she had to
Yeah,
give it to me.
right. Like he wrote like his.
There's like a chapter about internet bullies. And I'm just the villain of that chapter. And Smoke Perp is also in there and shit.
Yo, that was really crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was there for all that.
Wait, but no, there's like because no, an incident went down with Ski and shit too, where there was an argument, right? And you too,
All right,
but
so
that never
I'm
came
just
out on the
gonna
internet,
say
right?
it. I don't care. It's just like I was a fucking asshole. Like a little.
That's not out.
No, nobody
video?
really knows about
No.
that. But so we were on tour in Europe, and like this is like just me, Ski, our tour manager, no security.
No security, and you guys are on tour in Europe.
We're like thugging it out. Like who
Damn,
gives a
dude.
fuck? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
I mean, it's Europe. You feel like you're
yeah.
not as famous in Europe.
It's true.
like fuck it, man.
And then you realize that you're more famous,
Mm.
and then it just becomes a problem. So we had like a trailer by Russ's, and I was like, oh, because I just thought it was so funny, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I thought he was gone. Like so I was like, 100 retweets, and I'll slap Russ.
that's how that happened.
I don't even know.
listen. So that I was like not thinking about it, you know. I'm like, I show Ski, it's like a funny thing. We're like laughing. Nobody really like thinks anything of it. And then like I get service again, and I look at my phone, and it's like so many retweets and favorites, and I'm like, I see this could become a problem.
Oh my
And you know, it's just
That's
like,
so crazy.
you know, like bro, what was that like? Maybe 2 years ago or a
Right.
year ago? 2 years ago. I was like 20.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You know, at that time, I didn't give a fuck about
Pretty good
anything.
excuse. I was like 30, so this is not nearly as good an
I was
excuse.
like 30.
Yeah, you
maybe
know,
33.
I was just on some bullshit, and it was just really funny. And like, I also felt bad because I felt like I brought Ski into something, and like, you know.
yeah.
But the cool thing about Russ was like he like was like came at Ski. Well, his people came to Ski because they were really looking for me.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, like all in Ski's face, and Ski's like, what the fuck is going on? I'm nowhere to be found, right?
Yeah.
And then Russ like breaks through the crowd. This is what Ski tells me, and he's like, "Nah, not Ski Mask. He's cool. He's good. He's like good. He's good people."
the
like,
DJ.
And he's like, "Where's your DJ?" and Ski's like, "What?" And he's like, "Nah, you're not about to try him. You know, like relax, chill, whatever." And then it got to the point where like, it was just like really bad timing for me. So
Yeah.
like I like, you know, I know Perp, and like, you know, he's a good friend of ours. We all came up together. And like we're chilling with Perp, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Why do you have a black eye? He was like, oh, fucking Russ, all this shit happened. And I'm like, oh shit, like damn, holy shit, he's here. Like I really started to put it together.
Yeah.
This is before I knew the whole Ski Russ. So I'm like walking, so crazy. So like there's an artist named Notes, and like some of his homies, I had like known them out there. We had like Matt and shit, and then Smokes Perp security guards. So Russ, I'm walking. Crowd opens up of like huge men, and Russ is like, "Hey DJ Ski, was that shit you said on Twitter?"
Why don't you slap me now?
And I'm like, I literally was not like, just didn't expect it, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm about to fight." So I like look around for a weapon. First thing I find is like a fucking this big screw thing. So I like put it in my hand, kind of like, you know, in between my knuckle.
Holy
and
shit.
I'm like, okay, so my goal is gonna be I
Take
have
out
to
an
hit
eye.
the biggest person in the eye, in the nuts,
Right.
or just try to maybe run through, get to Russ if it's possible. You know, I was just like fight or flight type thing, you know.
You found
And
a screw?
it was like a screw thing, yeah. It was.
Wow.
It looked like a giant bolt from a thing.
Okay.
That just fell to the ground, and I was like, you know, I was just like, it was a fight or flight thing because I knew they were gonna jump me because
Yeah.
at that point I knew about the perp thing. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna get injured, you know. So I
Yeah.
gotta injure someone too,
Yeah.
at least,
Yeah.
you know.
Rapper logic, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta injure someone. So like, really, the thing was like, I didn't hate Russ or anything, but I
Yeah.
also realized what I had done. So I was
Yeah.
like, fuck it, okay, whatever. So then, like, I just don't even really remember what happened. I started to walk forward, and I was like, it's gonna happen. And then someone noticed people like grab me and Smoke Perp security guard and like
Rush you away.
went at them kind
Oh.
of, and then got me and like pulled me aside.
Uh-huh.
And like, we're like, yo, chill over here, like you're safe. And I was like, all right.
So it didn't go down.
Nah, it didn't go down.
Wow.
Never got jumped, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really crazy, though, you know? But, yeah.
That's one thing that we now know about Russ is that Russ ain't missing shit. Because Russ noticed that fucking lyric in the Guap Dad song. I heard that song 10 times. I did not notice that he said something about Russ in that song.
I had no idea that anything was like...
Bro, I don't give a fuck how big you are, bro. Like, you're like...
At least a
gonna
little tuned in.
Yeah, you're tuned in for sure. At least a little bit, bro. For sure.
I mean, I'm tuned in, bro. I watch. I like.
tuned
You know,
in.
I get bored all day and I just fucking open shit. I read all my DMs.
I mean, if somebody said fucking 1,000 likes and I'll go smack up in 22, like I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see it if it has 5 likes. I'm gonna see it. If, you know, it's like realistic. And we're over here thinking though that Russ is like some famous ass artist, like compared to like we're not really thinking of us as being on his fucking radar. You know?
For sure.
Maybe
for sure.
now I totally get it, but like at the time, like I had never been acknowledged by Russ, so I didn't know that I was on Russ's radar. I thought all these jokes I was making that I was just some random Twitter guy.
That was the whole thing, and
know?
I think like he had to do the things that he did to like show people. He was like, "Listen, I'm done taking the shit.
Yeah.
I got to do something."
If
about
I
it."
just search his name on Twitter and like seeing 1,000 likes, I'll slap Russ in the face.
Yeah.
I search my name up all the time.
Yeah.
I see people talking shit.
Because
might
even
have been 100,
even
so
if it was 10 likes,
that would piss me off.
Even if it was 10 likes, it's like one of your fans who you already have an open DM with or whatever is going to just tell you. So it's like the fans will hype up any little thing. You know, like it's not like Russ necessarily listened to that Dreamville album a bunch of times and heard the. You know, it's like one of his.
Wait, it was on the Dreamville album that he said something.
That Guap Dad had that. He said like you be doing. He said something like you be doing corny shit. That's we call doing Russ, something like that. I forget exactly, but
yeah, that was crazy. That was a cool little point in the industry too.
That was fun.
In like the music thing.
When I look back at it, I'm like, damn, you know, at the end of the day, Russ is kind of a G for the way he handled it because I would be calling anyone else. If I found out that you did that to someone.
Is he a G?
I mean, that line of
G
behavior is kind of G'd up. I mean, at the end of the day, if it was Playboy Cardi doing that exact same thing, would we be looking at him like, oh, what a pussy?
I just
I'd
think
be like, that's kind of gangster.
I just don't know how much I could respect. Like
I also
paying
feel
people.
that. Yeah, I also
But those are his homies at the end of the day.
Nah, for
Are
sure.
they?
I mean, I don't know, but maybe there was money exchanged at some point. But at the end of the day, it's like I think they're mostly his friends.
If those were really his homies that like he grew up with and shit, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool. Good job.
right.
But like if you paid people to do that shit, that's whack as fuck, bro.
I'm also a believer in like a good. I mean, I know this doesn't really happen often anymore, but like, I would love to fight someone one-on-one. You know?
Wow.
yeah, shoot the fade.
No,
That's how
cool,
I feel about it. And
Shoot the
I'm like a person with all my friends that are crazy and like whatever we can make happen or however you feel about it, like my homies, you know, whatever. I still would love to fight someone one-on-one. If there was some beef, I could definitely tell my homies, do not jump in. Like my homies have respect.
Florida shit.
We've all fought. We've all fought in Florida. That's how it is. Don't jump in. No, nobody jump in. If your homie jumps in, my homie's gonna start fighting your homie. Then
If he would have did that, if he would have been like, "Yo, all y'all niggas shoot me the fair
Fade.
one."
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you got a
he's on.
DM
That
from
would've been
Russ like,
sick.
yo, meet me behind my trailer. We about to one-on-one.
I would've been,
one-on-one.
oh, yo, he's-
That would have
he's
been
a G.
lit.
That would've
Lit.
been
He's a
Lit.
G.
You
I
know
would've
what?
been like,
I
he's
would
a
have
G.
had to pull up.
Yeah.
I would have had to. It would have been dope.
Even
Because
if
if
he
you
got
don't pull up
fucked
to
up-
that offer, then
You're
you're
weak as hell.
acknowledging I'm
Then
not.
you-
Yeah.
If
Then
he
you
would have
weak as
done,
hell.
if he would have said that, and he still would have got beat the fuck up, I still would have been like, yeah, he's a G.
Yeah.
He's gangsta.
I respect that
yeah,
more.
I would have respected
That's
that.
kind of how I know I'm not a G, because realistically, I don't think I'm pulling up to like fair one-on-one fight almost anyone, unless I was like 100% sure I was gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, these days though. I mean, these days, like,
You know, like it just doesn't feel like.
no.
I know
These
what you
days,
mean. It's not like back in the
Fucking
day.
shoot
Yeah.
you, yeah.
No, fucking shit. Well, I would be thinking that whoever the fuck it was, they're gonna shoot me.
They're gonna
Yeah,
shoot me.
yeah,
Yeah.
If I fucking one-on-one someone and I'm standing over them beating the shit out of them, you're
Yeah.
telling me that his homies aren't gonna shoot me?
Right.
Then I'm kind of looking at your homies like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Right, yeah.
You know?
That shit is more like the one-on-one shit is more in like a controlled
Yeah.
environment.
Or a
Like,
local environment.
Local
when nobody has any
environment.
clout, it's much easier to pull that off.
and you
Yeah.
know that kid's not gonna shoot you. Like you just shoot the. I don't know. That's jit shit.
That is jit
That's
shit.
jit shit. Yeah.
I mean, I'm still down for that.
Still with it.
During that X interview, I found out about the meaning of the word jit.
Jit.
I was like, what's jit?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Jit.
Let me ask you this.
little jit.
I gotta ask you guys this.
Little.
What's going on with the Tankhead situation? Obviously, it's a pending legal situation. You probably don't want to say that much about
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah.
how do you feel about it? Free
It's-
Tankhead?
Yeah. Free Tank, bro. It's fucked. It's a fucked situation.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's pretty sad to be honest.
Yeah,
I had a lot of memories with him, and like you know, like
Me too, bro.
as
Me
far
too.
as all the X shit, like
He always showed me nothing but love. Honestly,
Nothing but love. I just spoke to him a couple days before that shit happened.
Yeah. Everyone has their differences and shit like that. Like, I mean, like, bro, like at the same time, I don't wish jail my fucking worst enemy, bro. Like that shit is hell on earth. You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
I don't wish that on nobody, bro. Free Tank. I don't know what the fucking situation is for real, but so I don't want to speak on it because I don't have too much knowledge on it. But yeah, man, Free Tank.
I just think it sucks, man. You know, it's like I hate to see like my homies die, but like, you know, like also like going to jail is just as shitty. It's like it's all over for you. You know what I mean? It's like I gotta speak to you on the phone.
Even if he were to be the case, it's like he's probably gonna be sitting in there for a year figuring that out.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. I mean, even if I just know how legal shit in Florida goes, and it's like they like to drag things as far as possible
And keep you in there while they're
as you
working
can see
on
with
it.
the Kodak shit, you know. And it's like, it just sucks, man, because like he was a nice guy, you know. As far as everyone knows him through the internet, like everyone has their like, you know, characters that we play in this industry, and like I guess, you know, some people do. I mean, I don't really have like a personality that I turn on or anything.
Right.
But I know, like, you know, Tank is like very firm in the way that he is, and that's like the kind of character that he portrays in this music industry. And it's just like, it's just fucking sad to like see it go, because he's also my good friend too.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, that shit's whack. It's just like some Florida shit. That's why like I really stay at the crib, bro. I don't leave my apartment. I don't like people coming to my house. I don't really tell anyone where I live. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't trust a lot of people.
The Pop
Smoke.
I should just restart that. That Pop Smoke situation is just like the scariest shit, because if I were to
Yeah.
have given Pop Smoke advice on what he should do with his life, get the fuck out of Brooklyn, go to LA, get a spot in the hills or whatever,
I know.
post up there, smoke your weed,
Chill.
hang out, have girls come through,
vibe.
just don't have any crazy ass dudes come through, whatever.
Yeah.
That's like the most safe advice that you could give somebody.
Yeah. That I feel like that's like
When I found out, I was like, oh, he's in New York.
that's making
something
it
happened
out
here.
for all the rappers. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, let's make it out the hood,
Go
go
to
get a
LA.
house in the hills, and fucking chill out.
Where there's no reason for anybody to have a problem with you. But
Right.
the crazy shit is
Maybe
too.
people should move to Denver.
Yeah, exactly. Move to Wyoming.
Yeah.
Where there's nobody.
Idaho and shit. Potatoes and shit.
Because the crazy shit about it is that first when you heard about it, you're like, oh, it had to have been a robbery attempt. But then they're saying that they just ran
Nah,
right in
no,
there.
I
and
know,
came
I
out.
think I knew from the jump. We were saying that because we were at the studio.
Listen,
it was
bro,
crazy.
Anyone that
as soon as
bare
I left,
faces,
found out.
If you go
Bare
into
face?
somebody's shit bare face, bro,
That's not a
that's
lick.
a hit.
That's
bro.
a hit.
No, I
That's
think they
not
had
a lick.
masks on.
I seen the video. They didn't have masks on.
Really?
Yeah, there's a video of them running in the crib.
What, the surveillance thing?
Yeah, none of them had masks.
Oh, wow.
There's a guy, like, the guy looks at he's running and looks at the fucking camera. You see his face, like,
Really?
yeah,
That's scary because.
yeah, bro. And if that's what happened, bro,
Yeah.
if you're gonna rob somebody, bro, you're gonna wear a mask.
I mean, bro, at the end of the day, it's like the only way that a robbery goes wrong is like the person is like extremely resisting, or like maybe they have a weapon.
Right.
You know, I don't ever think of it as like someone runs in and then like 3 minutes into running in the house,
Yeah.
like gunshots, and then you're out. It's
That's-
like there's no robbery if you have the plan to shoot a gun. Like you can't steal anything.
Yeah.
No,
Once you shoot it, you
shit
literally don't
affected
even
me,
have
bro.
5 minutes. You
yeah.
gotta go. You know, so it's just like it's just really sad because
Yeah, it's sad as fuck.
shit, that
man.
sucks, bro. He's 20. Like
20.
I'm
That's
22.
So talented.
I think about that. I'm like,
20 something fire ass
like
music.
what? I think about that. I'm like, yo, like that shit really sucks, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like, it just doesn't even make sense sometimes.
A
Like,
year ago, he was on nothing. He was just a regular ass kid in Brooklyn. A year later, he's literally traveling all over the world, making way more money than he ever could have wrapped his head around, putting his people on.
for sure. I just think it's crazy.
fucked, bro.
Like no one else had a gun on them at the house. Like,
Yeah, I don't know what the situation. I mean,
He had just got there. At the end of the day, 4 dudes. I mean, shit. What if he had a gun?
no,
Well,
not him. I'm saying like, wasn't he there with other people?
But I mean, from the sounds of it, those dudes ran in, shot him, and then ran the
Ran
fuck
out,
out.
yeah.
So it was 4:30 in the morning. It very
feel
easily, like the other people, could have been in another section of the house, or the upstairs
or maybe
part.
sleeping.
Yeah,
Shit.
I mean,
That's what I want to know. I want
because
to
they
know.
said the 911 call. I don't know if this is official, but they said the 911 call came from a New York number. So
Yeah,
he
but-
was on FaceTime with somebody and heard it.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I see people saying like, oh, this shit got crazier. The call was from New York. Like, it's okay. He could have been like on the phone or some shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That's what I assume.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
what
yeah. I didn't take it
No,
as like a
people are like,
conspiracy
oh my
thing.
god. Yeah, it's like a conspiracy thing. I feel like people are taking it like that. Like,
Everybody wants to fucking.
Yeah.
Everyone, like, when shit happens, everybody just wants to, like,
Nah, man.
believe something and have, like, a reason to believe shit.
I felt bad for that dude that he was with because he had a homie with him that had a big ass stack of money, and then
He's
everybody
getting
started trying to
accused.
act like, oh, he must have set him up, and that guy had to come out. His
I saw
best
that. That's
friend just
fucked
got
up.
killed,
Yeah,
and
that's
he's got to
fucked
come
up.
out and say like, I would never set anybody up. It's like people online are crazy the way they
Crazy
will
as
put
hell.
together a story to make sense of something that
yeah.
happened. Period.
For sure.
bro. I went like, bro, that same shit just happened
Shit,
to my
that's been
best
my-
friend.
yeah.
Like my best
crazy.
friend from fucking. I used to bring him everywhere with us, man. Like probably like 2 months ago in Orlando. They fucking followed him from my house, and like fucking went to his crib. He was like smoking a cigarette in his garage. It was like probably like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I guess like 3 guys were waiting for him. They pulled up, masked up, with fucking like big ass fucking guns and shit, and they were just like, it was like they were trying to rob him and shit. And I think he had his daughter and his wife in the house, and this was all happening in the garage and shit. And I think like the wife and the daughter went in the bedroom and like locked themselves in there and shit, like so they couldn't get in there. And I think they walked my boy in the house, and he was trying to like cover the door type shit, like so they don't get in the room and shit. And he tried to put like I think he put like a dresser in front of the door or some shit, and they shot him like 6 times, bro. Fucked, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, this was like my best friend, bro. Like, we were just with him a couple days ago. We had just came back from
He's
from
like-
the Nuketown video shoot. We had just came.
That's why when you
we
watch
we
it,
were
we, like-
just at fucking Juice WRLD's house.
Yeah, we were just at Jay's house.
Yeah, we were just at Juice WRLD's house. It was like fresh out the Nuketown video. We went back home. That shit happens. Like the first
Literally.
day we're back home.
What
First
the
day.
fuck?
Yeah, bro, it's fucked.
Insane.
Sick shit, bro.
Yeah.
What,
Shit's crazy.
How are you dealing with the juice situation? It's like, I mean, it's crazy because like when the X situation happened, I just hadn't lost somebody on that scale.
Yeah.
At that point, like somebody that I was like really having conversations with on a consistent basis. Like as much as I'm older and stuff, there's just I had a lot of friends die who I hadn't talked to in a couple years or whatever. But with the X situation, it was like that. With the juice thing, I mean, again, it was just like, holy fuck. About
Yeah.
it. You feel more jaded to it in a way,
bro.
right?
Yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy, dog. I mean, like,
That shit fucked me up.
it's fucked, bro. I mean, no, you know,
I'm
you
still
don't-
pretty fucked up about it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you were spending so much time with them.
It's crazy because it's like not only are
just
you're
wild.
losing a homie, you know, but you're losing like someone that's really fucking important to the fucking people. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's nuts, bro. Like I've dealt with like a lot of fucking deaths, bro. Like family and
too.
like friends and shit, bro. Since I was little, bro. Like
Well, shit don't
my
get
dad-
easier, though.
My dad.
I hate how
my
people
dad
sometimes
died.
say that.
My dad died. My fucking stepdad died. Like everyone that was like like that I looked up to, like died. Like my father died, then my stepfather died, then you know my fucking grandpa, my grandma, my homies, everyone. You know what I mean? Like so, it's like I kind of like it's fucked. It's fucked to say like someone shouldn't have to say it like that they're numb to that shit, but it's like now it's just like
It almost feels like a sick fucking
I'm not good at
joke.
that.
sick.
I don't know.
you
I'm not.
sick.
Like
bro.
it just keeps happening. It just feels
Yeah.
like what? Like I even saw you say that. Like
It's not gonna stop.
You said that on Instagram whenever it happens, or it might have been Ski too. But like you're like, why does God keep taking all of our brothers from us? Like at a certain point, you just feel
think I
like, how
said
the
that.
fuck have I lost this many people?
Yeah.
Yo, that shit.
At such a young
honestly,
fucking age.
Mathematically
thing-
improbable.
The juice thing really fucked me up because I was like, you know, when like I have homies back at home, it's like they like, oh my god, like you were X's DJ, like you were like one of his best friends, like you know, like you were so involved, and then it's like when that happened, it was like, oh my god, I feel bad for Gabe, you know, whatever, you know, and then it was like the juice thing was like this fucking
like how does
like it just made like the J thing was like the juice thing was like really fucked me up because like with Ja it was like I always like looked up to him, you know, and it was like he was like a god in a sense. I mean, this might sound crazy, but
But
it's
Juice
I'm
was such
speaking
a regular
figure.
guy.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like Ja was so like my way. I'm you know what I
creative
mean? Like,
genius. You never really felt like you were like you would have really in-depth conversations with him, but it
Nah,
was just
you never-
obvious that he was functioning on a crazy
level, yeah, and you like
mentally.
and you felt it, you know. It was But I mean, you felt it with Juice too. But the difference, like you said, with Juice was like he was such a like a human, like a real, like a
Musical
person,
God,
like a person, like a real just a person, not like a character or not like I don't know. It was just really fucked up because like he was such a nice, good kid. Like, man, we really didn't deserve him.
Like if
That
you're
shit's whack as hell.
if you're around me, I'm not gonna just tell you everything that I have going on inside unless we're really close. Juice is the kind of guy that you could be around him for 15 minutes and he would just tell you where he was at.
Let it loose, bro.
Musically, he did the same thing.
Let it loose,
You know,
bro.
anything he was going through, you would go to see him for 10
That's really
minutes,
how we got close.
and he would just start telling you about some problem that he was dealing with and just
Yeah.
ask you for advice.
Yeah, maybe that was his way of dealing with it.
That's
you know
the
what
kind
I
of
mean?
person he was. He's so expressive and
I love
emotional.
that shit.
And
That
that's
shit
what
was
bottling
really
that
cool.
shit up and eating you inside.
It's
you
what
know?
made him a really great musician. It's also what made so many people feel so close to him.
So facts. Because that was the thing. He was very close to a lot of people. Like with Ja, it was different. People make up this thing in their head that they were very close to Ja.
Yeah.
This is like I'm just being 100% honest with you.
Yeah, it's a fact.
A lot of
It's a fact.
people like admire him to that point where they're like, oh yeah, like we were so like close, and it's like. Not really. Trust me, I would know shit. I knew.
I feel
And
like
it's
he just had that effect on people, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like it felt like you knew him for like so long that you're just like, you know, you just.
And people are very obsessive over him too.
Yeah,
They fucking love the way he looked and the way
Yeah,
he
bro.
spoke,
Yeah.
and like the way he carried himself.
With Juice, it's like it was so much about the music because so many
I
he had
agree. I know
so
what
many
you mean.
fans that didn't necessarily need to care about who Juice World was or whatever. I see that with my nephews. My nephews are 4 and 5 years old talking about Juice World.
I know.
And having to understand death for the first time.
Yeah.
My nephew,
sure.
people clown me on Twitter for saying this, but my nephew literally said, Uncle Adam, you know what? And I'm like, what? He goes, people can talk when they're dead. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he goes, Juice WRLD died and we still listen to his music. Or I think he said we still listen to him. Like we still listen to him in the car.
Yeah.
And people acted like, oh, that didn't happen. I'm like, no, kids say crazy shit.
yeah,
Say
yeah,
crazy ass shit.
Yeah, for sure. I believe that.
Bro, like my little cousins and shit, like with that whole fucking when X passed away, like they were like, that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, bro.
I've
There was
seen a lot of
8-year-olds
kids
crying
like
and shit.
be like, understand death. Like, okay, this person that I like idolized, like to a T, like obsessive about this person, like pass away. Like, I mean, it's pretty tough, bro. You know.
It's hard for them to wrap around that idea that you could, like, they
You
don't
can
understand what music is. Like, to them, it's kind of like the person might just be singing to them through the
Yeah,
car. Like, they don't really understand that concept that he could still listen to him.
And they
after
get
he
like a
passes.
connection with them through that.
Yeah.
That's why I love music. I think it's cool.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
like why it's so powerful.
You know, everyone just needs to be more careful, and like people just need to like love their friends more and like really take care of everyone around you. And even if sometimes it might seem annoying, that person that's trying to tell you something, maybe you should like take your time out of your day to like just listen to it, because shit, you never know when the last time you're gonna have a conversation with someone. Life's
shit
real.
happens, bro. Shit happens.
Shit's
Life
real.
is real. Shit
We got
happens.
real life day walkers out here, motherfuckers that don't give a shit about anything, and will take lives just because you know they don't know nothing else. And it's just like, it's tough. You got to be able to protect yourself from it. You have to have a good team. You got to have people that genuinely love you. And like shit, an addiction is a serious thing too. And I don't mean to sound like a fucking, you know, like some corny shit, but like, yo,
Nah,
bro,
it's
take care of your
facts,
friends.
real
Fucking
things.
drug addiction is fucking real. Like, I've seen it firsthand. Like, plenty of times I've lost friends to it, obviously, and it's like not a good feeling, and it's a really shitty feeling, and it definitely put me in a very like dark place for a long time, and I'm just starting to like get into like work and like enjoying things again, because it was really tough for me, bro. Like we were so close, so fucking close, and it's just so shitty. Like, it's just shitty, you know. I feel like I literally lost my little brother.
Yeah.
And like thinking about losing my little brother like makes me want to cry, you know? So it's like, I just like, it's just shitty, man. It's just like, yo, really like when you say you love someone, like fucking express it. Don't just like say it.
Father here. Like,
Yeah, please. Because like that feeling is not cool.
That's
And I don't want to feel it anymore either. So all my fucking friends who watch this,
tighten that shit up,
bro.
Shit.
R.I.P. Juice.
For real, bro.
Juice,
Speaking of, I seen Ski getting healthier though. Are either you guys on that at all?
Yeah,
Like,
me and Ski just worked out last night. I'm fucked up.
honestly,
last night?
I'm fucked up.
Because I noticed that you had a big ass barbell in the fucking Airbnb or whatever.
Fucked up.
Nah, I've been honestly like this past like month.
Crunching it.
I've been on my gym shit. Yeah, I've been on my gym shit the past month. I'm trying to like.
I'm trying to get right too. I feel
I'm
you.
24, bro, but like I feel like I'm fucking 60 years old, bro.
You had a
Like,
bad back, G.
I fucked my back up and shit, bro. But I just feel like, bro, like
Health is wealth.
yeah, you gotta get right, bro. You gotta get right now, bro. You gotta get right. It's never too late, too. Like you start, like you gotta start now, bro.
I mean, I remember even when Fat Nick lost all that weight. That was amazing.
He lost a shitload.
I mean, bro, I still remember the day when we were all on tour, and I was like, Nick. I mean, I know this might sound bad. I wasn't being literal, but I was like, Nick, like, I'm not gonna be your friend if you continue to like be like this person who doesn't care what they eat and like how much whatever they're doing, or like, you know, don't care about your addiction, not like treating it as an addiction and not like slowing down and shit. You know what I mean? So it was like, we snapped on him on tour. It was everyone that was on tour were like, yo, this is disgusting. You cannot live like this.
Wow.
Like, and he was just like, you know, you guys are right.
And
like,
soon after he decided to get clean and shit?
I would say like, yeah, he like met this girl and
yeah.
like all the shit, and he like just wanted to better himself. And he was just like, he like dropped it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, of course he went through withdrawal. It wasn't just a snap, but like it was almost like super fast. Like he just dropped everything and was like, I'm just going to be better, you know? And I think that like that was like super inspiring to me, because it's like, yo, it's not easy to do that.
Because realistically, like if we love Fat Nick, you have to be able to at a certain point say like, bro, the food thing, the drugs, whatever, because at the end of the day, it's like...
I told him, I was like, if you die from being fat, that is... I told him you're a bitch. I was like, if you die from being fat, you're a bitch.
You don't see a lot
die
of
from
50-year-old dudes who are Fat Nick size.
Yeah.
Like at a certain point, if
you
you are
don't live
fat as
long,
fuck
G.
and you're not living healthy,
You
then
don't
you
live
just
long,
aren't going to
G.
make it into the older years.
Might
you know?
not pass the 30s, G.
Yeah.
For
Realistically,
real.
yeah. I know dudes like...
20s are easy.
I know
When you get to
fat
the 30s
dudes
and
who
shit,
like drink and do coke or pop pills or whatever who have just died like one night. Like
One night,
not
just-
dudes I know super well.
No,
but
no,
realistically, your heart
same.
just can't take it anymore.
just can't take it.
Yeah, bro.
For real.
That's another reason why I've been getting into like working out too and shit. And honestly, bro, like
It's good for the mind.
bro,
yeah.
and
the music.
Yeah, and I have fucking breathing problems and shit, bro, and like and it's funny because like
That's kind of what people love you for now.
yeah, and I swear to God,
When people said it, it
That's
is
always
so-
what the memes are.
Bro, listen,
That
that
is
shit's
so
funny,
funny
right?
to
That
us.
shit's funny as fuck, right? It's
But
not
it's
funny.
serious.
That shit
It's
is not funny
serious.
because I have real like breathing problems, bro, and like. People,
I've seen it.
People,
I've
like
seen
all
it.
the comments on YouTube and shit, bro. It's all like, "Oh, Danny sounds like he has lung cancer."
Yeah.
Like it's like,
I literally cannot breathe
no,
sometimes.
motherfucker, you guys gotta watch what you fucking say, bro.
Yeah.
Like for real, bro. Like
People
like
don't
it's funny
know.
as fuck. It's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
I can laugh at it. It's funny as fuck, but it's like, bro.
I laugh.
At the same time, it's like, bro, like people like you can say and think about something so much that it'll actually fucking happen, bro. And I just, you need to stop putting that in the fucking air.
I'm a
it's like,
big believer in that.
Me too. Like
Your word is like everything.
yeah, bro. The tongue is fucking powerful, bro. And just like I don't like being out. It's funny, but like
The tongue is powerful.
That shit's not cool, bro. That shit's not cool.
I was
all the
about
lung
to stick my
cancer
tongue out and
jokes.
do a weird thing.
I
and
was
I'm like,
gonna do.
nah.
I saw you. I was gonna be like,
I was about to do the licky tongue thing.
Me too.
Or what's her name? Shakira? From the Super Bowl thing?
Nah, for real though.
good.
Stop the fucking lung cancer.
Yeah, no more
jokes.
lung
Suck my
cancer
fucking
jokes.
dick. Stop
Yeah.
doing that shit.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I'm gonna start beating you niggas the fuck up.
Yeah.
Man,
All right, so
he's patchy. He's half out patchy.
Scheme album is on the way. Ski Mask album on the way. Danny, you got more shit coming?
I dropped a project called Tarantula. I got Ski on there. I got a few features. I got 10K,
Chief
Ski, Chief Keef,
10K cash.
Like that song.
fucking Pouya, fucking who else?
Whoop.
Woob is a rapper from Orlando. He's fire as fuck.
Yeah, super lit.
But yeah, man, that shit.
It's a great project.
It's a great project. It's probably, honestly, it's the
Stream
best music
Tarantula.
I've
Stream
ever
Tarantula now. Tarantula on all platforms.
Tarantula on all platforms. Nah, for real though. But that shit, I feel like that's like my best body of work for sure. So like, if you haven't heard my shit, that's what I would say. Go listen to. You know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a good project. Has a lot of versatility.
Yeah.
Definitely got that ski mask feature, which I know the people like. There's a lot of people who probably wouldn't even listen to it if you didn't get that. So that's definitely like a super good look.
For sure. Yeah, man. It's tough because it's like nowadays people like. I feel like when these kids listen to projects and shit, it's just like they'll just like listen to like one song or 2 songs.
Maybe looking for names more than anything.
Yeah,
and stupid shit.
And I mean, TikTok is like the personification of that because it's like, oh, let's take your fucking whole album and distill it down to 10 seconds, but then hopefully that 10 seconds sends people to the streaming
to the
services
project.
or whatever. You know?
It works pretty well. It does.
It does.
It really does translate well. I just wish TikTok would pay us. That would be nice.
But the thing is that there's all these TikTok creators who are getting bags from labels to promote random ass
They're
songs.
getting bags.
But that's weird because I was thinking about it. If I blew up on TikTok from, say I figured out the right way to post videos on there and stuff, made some content people really like, then you start getting offers for money from labels. But then you're going to fuck up your image on TikTok if you're just always using some whack song. And it's going to be the songs that everybody else is using because the same labels that are going to pay you are going to be the same ones.
Pay another motherfucker.
I have been on there and heard the same fucking rap song from the same dude who I have not really heard people talk about anywhere besides TikTok. And
Like K-Camp, the Renegade song?
No, that's like a crazy rare.
That's crazy.
Because that's like an older song.
I was going to say, that's insane. That one is a crazy thing. That's like the biggest thing on TikTok.
That is pretty amazing.
It is. It has like over 200 million videos. And that's a lot of videos.
That song was not like a song the labels were trying to push or whatever. It just was like a random song that people fucked with. But
I don't even know what he says on that. I just know that.
Yeah, I don't even know. I just know the beat because I seen that little girl dancing to it mad times and stuff, and then they got her on Ellen and all that shit, which I thought was pretty amazing.
And then the white girls stole her swag.
Well, they stole her swag, but then they ended up like making a video with her and shouting her out.
Did
and stuff. So they did like the right thing.
I mean,
they stole her swag, but then they got so much pressure to be like
to do it.
Yeah, which is.
And if they didn't get the pressure, they wouldn't have done it.
They probably,
what was that girl's name? The little girl that actually did it. Shout out to
something
her.
with J.A.
Delilah.
Shout out to.
What was the little girl's name with the
little dancer girl who was just on Ellen and everything?
Yeah.
Delilah.
Yeah.
Delilah,
I think it is.
yeah. Some
She's
shit.
tight though. She has such a cute look in her face when she.
Yeah.
And she's a really good dancer too. I just think it's funny how like that TikTok thing has become a thing because like I think Vine was cooler, but TikTok is bigger influence, I guess.
I'm sticking with Triller. Just kidding. But
I'd say
Triller's doing the thing.
Triller is better.
Hold on.
Triller's
So let's
video
talk about
making
this.
is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
1
sure.
million
I mean,
%.
that's what you
For
see
sure.
10K Cash and all
Everyone.
them dudes making dance
facts.
videos, dude.
I like Triller.
Yeah.
I like Triller. He's always like, yo, make a TikTok. Make a TikTok. Like, make TikTok. But I don't know. I fuck with Triller, bro. I fuck with Triller. TikTok, I've not.
I think
you know
Triller's
what's crazy,
just
bro?
dead to me though.
I don't even have a fucking.
Like you can't pop off on Triller.
No.
I mean,
It's Triller's how you make a video that you then post on Instagram and Twitter and everything.
Yeah, it goes viral
Like,
on
you can't do that
different
with
platforms.
TikTok.
It
Like
goes
promo.
viral like on Instagram or some shit.
it's like a promo video.
Yeah.
Triller's like a promo video maker.
Yeah.
That's how I think of it. You want to like preview a new song, make a little fucking.
Triller
random-
feels like it's exclusively for dance clips that have the editing thing where it bounces back and forth between angles.
Yeah, facts.
I don't even have a TikTok account.
No.
I
I'm viral on TikTok and I don't even have a
I
TikTok.
have one. I follow like 5 people, 6, 7 people,
I don't
something
use
like
it.
that.
I don't use it.
Me and my girl will look at it and straight up get lost just staring at it for
That
fucking
happens
20
to me.
minutes straight.
That happens
Yeah.
to me.
weird
My girl hates
world.
when I do that. But I like to like look up the really weird, cringy ones, like the super
Those are my
middle of
favorites.
the country TikToks by like crazy redneck people.
Ooh, I want to see that.
Fire. I
Bro,
love
I'm gonna send you this link, and it is so funny. It's like
cringiest videos.
fucked up teeth, like weird country music, and they're like, "I'm gonna save you," like yeah, and it's like them and their girl, and like holding their girl.
It's just
And
weird
like,
to see
what
people
the
like that though.
fuck?
They're putting like a lot of work into like
Yeah,
making
yeah.
stuff to blow up on TikTok, and it's kind of like why? Like, what do you think is going to happen?
What do
to
you think is gonna happen? But I mean, I guess fucking,
they're having fun, eh?
They gave those 3 white girls like a whole thing on the fucking NBA All-Star weekend.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
So how do you feel? So what do you think about like, cause like, what do you think about the people that originated those dances and shit? Like, do you think like it's fucked that? Do you think it's fucked that those little girls like got invited to, to
Yeah,
do
okay.
other people's dance?
Okay,
moves and shit?
yeah. I agree. I think it's cool when the original person blows up, but it doesn't happen often.
Right.
Because
and you can't copyright a dance.
You can't.
Which is
Yeah.
weird because
pretty
if,
fucked up.
say
Yeah.
somebody took that chunk of fucking the song.
It all depends though, because that girl Pokimane or whatever
Yeah.
that like streams, she got like a whole Fortnite skin over the little dance that she
because
did.
of her dance.
And it's like for her. Like
Really?
I know she gets money from that.
Well, why didn't they do that with
like-
Blockboy JB and fucking? Well, because then they would have been acknowledging that they took that dance from him, and then they probably would have been way more likely legally to actually face
They got
something.
fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, but then at the same time, it's like it's not even her dance, and then they gave her all the credit for it.
And she's a
then-
streamer girl. It's like apparent. I wouldn't be surprised if Fortnite would want to fuck with this cute, nice Asian streamer girl, and not the gangsters who fucking are actually making dances that fucking like Blockboy JB is
I feel
not.
like they would have got a little more respect, and then that it's really fucked up.
sure,
it's kind of racist.
Yeah, it is. No, so well,
It's
think about
just
that
like, what
exact
the fuck?
the
It's
Delilah
like,
girl.
what the fuck?
I hope we're saying it right, but like think about that situation. She's a young black kid who makes dance, and then
Yeah.
you have a couple of white girls who are super famous who
Three
just do the
white
exact
random girls.
same dance.
They just steal dances.
They blow up, and then she's anonymous. But luckily, we live in a world where the New York Times writes an article about her, and people
Bullied
get her
into
on NBA, they get her
and
on Ellen.
people just go hard for her. But that's the
kinda
that's the
heartwarming.
thing. I mean, yeah, it's heartwarming, but it's also like kind of disappointing that like people have to like try so hard for like equality in certain things, and it's like that just makes me feel so bad. It's like this girl should just be the one that's famous, and like everyone should like appreciate her.
The thing
not
that's for
the
sure is
fucking-
that there's 100 people like her who invented dances that have
That's
gotten
right.
absolutely nothing and
Nothing
will never
too.
get anything
Which
from
is-
it.
which
like
is
10K
cool.
with the whoa. Why was it 10K on Ellen?
yeah, straight up,
For real.
and that was
bro.
huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
But maybe if the whoa blew up right now, and this is already kind of like an established thing, and you had some random girl on TikTok making money off the whoa, and then you might have a fucking New York Times article like
About 10K. They
10K
would've
invented
brought
the
him
whoa.
up.
Well, allegedly, there's some other guy saying he invented it too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, I don't really give a shit who invented it. I think whoever did it the best and most efficient, I think he did it the best and most efficient.
most efficient, save the most energy while you're doing it. Best breathing.
Yeah. Yeah, like you efficiently do it the best. Maybe that was the
I don't
word.
know. It's not the word, but it's kind of cool. Whoever has the most energy after doing the whoa is the inventor. Bro,
Blowing is all about being efficient.
I got to pee so bad right now.
I did. I drank some water. I
Oh
got
my
to
god!
pee
And the
too.
light is out in the bathroom, so when I went in, I keep having to turn my light on my phone, and I keep noticing more and more pee on the ground around the bowl.
It's all yours.
I think it's some other guy.
It's some other guy.
I'm blaming everyone but me. No, because I'm using the light on my phone. I know exactly where my piss is going.
Yeah.
I can't risk getting piss on my shoes and not knowing. I'll freak
Nah.
out.
You smell like piss all day.
Yeah, fuck that. No, that's happened to me.
That's it.
You go to piss outside, and you
on your
accidentally get some on your jeans.
On your
you can
jeans,
sort of
and then
smell
you
it.
smell it. That is the worst.
Take me home.
thing
This is
ever.
not okay.
Yo, listen, the other day at one of my shows, this is crazy. I shouldn't have said it, but anyways.
Bang it out.
Sunday, I was fucking in Vancouver and I had to take a piss. And you know when you like want to fart when you're pissing?
Right.
I literally almost just literally.
Shit, you almost
Okay,
shit.
so.
You can't fart and piss.
So like
Oh, no, I gotta
so like I
separate
do
it out.
funny
You should've
things to
let
make
it
myself
stay.
laugh.
You
Like
should've.
I'll piss with my ass out like a little kid. So I was pissing with my ass out.
At the fucking urinal?
Yeah.
Wait, so you
In my
shit yourself and
green
it just came out? Like went on the ground?
That's what would have happened.
Oh my
though.
God.
So I was like standing with my ass out, and I just thought it was so funny because I'm like, I'm like already kind of laughing because I'm doing it on purpose, and like I'm like pissing, and then I'm like, damn, I gotta fart, and I just fart, and like I just felt it, like when it just turtles.
Because
Turtle.
it hits the
Little turtle
walls
head.
of your ass
Yeah,
cheeks
it's
so
like-
bad.
It's like
It flattens out like
No.
it's like a sheet of paper just came out.
And this is the thing. So then I was like, oh shit. So my instinct instantly, thank God I had my ass out already. I just like hovered over the toilet because I'm not really an ass sitter all the time. I don't trust it always. So I like
if I
hovered
just
over.
shit my pants, I would trust it.
Yeah,
Get it
true.
done. Yeah.
But this time I was like, fuck, I'm gonna be all right. So I just shit kinda, and then I was like, rest of the night I was like, I feel like I smell like shit. Like, but I didn't shit myself. But it was just like, I don't know what it was. I was like, bro, I think I smell like shit. And I'm like looking at everyone I'm having conversations with, and I'm like, just like, give me a sign
Was it
that
you?
maybe you smell
Yeah.
shit on me.
It's not just
so
me,
I
right?
can like
One of
that.
these?
Bro, I was hitting myself with like these, like, like.
Yeah.
That's not shit. It couldn't be.
Yeah, you ever get some pussy and then every single time you take a piss for the rest of the day,
It smells
you're
like
like,
it.
oh wow, and it
Smells
just
like-
brings you back.
back
It's
to
like,
that
damn,
moment.
I should go get more of that.
Get
I should
more.
go shower.
Nah, I should go fuck her with the
Keep
same
it on
dirty ass
me.
dick.
Keep it on me. Keep it on me.
Or like some bad smelling pussy. So every time you go to take a piss, you're like, whoo!
That was
Damn, I can't believe I did that.
definitely got chlamydia. That's chlamydia.
No, have you ever had chlamydia?
No.
And you piss, and it's like you see like chunks of like flakes of like whatever in your piss, and you
Have you had chlamydia?
Yes, and you're like looking at your
I've had
piss,
it
just
too.
like
Yo, thank God.
that doesn't look right.
Thank God I haven't, but that is insane.
It's honestly
I've had
nothing.
chlamydia.
You get shot in the ass, it's gone. Or they give you
Not
some
even.
pills and it's
You
gone.
see
Yeah.
chunks?
It's like, you know how like orange juice has pulp in it?
It's like pulp.
It's like how I would imagine pulp. Like, but that's how you can kind of tell before you even get tested. Is you can kind
Yeah.
and it sort of hurts coming out. But that's the weird thing is I think I went and got tested like right away, so I didn't see it get that bad. But
Okay.
I feel like if you let it just grow,
Get bad?
then it starts to hurt super bad when you pee.
like
Yeah.
burning. Okay. Well, chlamydia's
Kids,
not
get
I
good.
don't
tested.
think. See, I haven't had.
And don't
that.
shit your pants.
I haven't had like. I haven't had.
No.
Like I got that shit like a long ass time ago, but I didn't really have any like side
Symptoms?
effects. Yeah, I didn't have any symptoms. That's
Really?
what I
Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
I heard, that you don't have symptoms.
Yeah, I didn't have any symptoms. And
You're
shit
such
like
a
that.
wrecking ball of a human being that your body is just able to just absorb the STD.
I'm eating.
STDs.
I'm eating all that herpes.
You have
all
like monsters in your body that's like
that are
herpes.
mini Danny's. They're his head. It's his head. It's just with the gold top.
Anything bad? That's what's happening. You're doing drugs. You pop a Xan, the little monster, and it just doesn't
Yeah.
affect you like other people, you know, because you
Yeah.
have those monsters. And yeah, I feel great.
I'm
feel
immune.
great.
I'm immune.
I've never seen Danny get sick.
See,
No, I get sick.
Nah,
I
it's
get
not
sick.
true. I've seen him get
get
sick. I've seen his bitch ass
I
get
got
sick.
I almost died. Fucking bronchitis one time.
What?
Like fucking bro.
I
like
got the swine flu.
bro, I was on tour. I was on
Survived.
tour.
you survived it.
Yeah, that's why I can't. I'm
I have the
immune to
coronavirus right
corona.
now. I'm just assuming everything's gonna
You
be
had
alright.
swine flu?
I had it.
Shut the fuck
I
up.
beat that shit.
I beat the
Ate
case.
that.
I ate that shit up. I thought I was gonna die.
The
shit's
ski
pussy.
I had, like-
monsters inside your body ate it up.
Yeah, those monsters suck.
Your
Nah, bro.
DNA is just little monsters.
Nah,
Just little
I-
monsters
I
smoking
had,
weed.
Bro, I had fucking like bronchitis and it damn near turned into like fucking pneumonia, bro.
Wow.
And,
Wow.
and bro, when
mean,
we
you
were
do
on
have
tour,
bad
we were
breathing.
on tour. When
Yeah.
we were in LA, I got it. I got sick here. I had to fly. I flew back home because I just felt like shit. It was like a 5-hour flight. I went straight to the hospital, and the fucking doctor's like, "Yo, you're tripping. Like getting on a fucking flight like that because like."
The pressure and shit.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because my temperature was like 105, 104, 105.
Once
And
it's like
he was
over
you
3,
coulda had a
103, you're
fucking, like you
fucked.
could have a fucking seizure, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like you could whack out, bro. But
Thank
yeah,
the Lord
bro.
you did, mate.
Yeah, after that, that's when I
Thank God.
stopped smoking cigarettes and shit. I used to smoke cigarettes like
Really?
back, back in the day.
That's why
I haven't
those things
smoked
are
a
kinda
cigarette in,
funny
like
to me.
3 years.
And they're like, Danny smoked hella cigarettes.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to smoke hella cigarettes, bro.
I
That's just
smoke a lot less weed now because I smoke spliffs instead of blunts.
Me too.
Are you on the spliff thing too?
Oh, bro, that's all I smoke.
Mate.
You
Yo,
too?
that's all
Mate.
I smoke.
You have a wood right in front of
I
you.
know
yeah,
this
he's
is just
fucking
no.
idiot.
This is a podcast. This is no
where's my
jumpers.
boy?
You have to
This
roll
is no
fat
jumper. I rolled it
wood.
back.
She got grab over
Shout
there.
out,
Bro,
Grab Leaf.
I,
Yeah.
shut up, grab a leaf.
For real though, bro, that's all we smoke.
I hear so many people talking about grab it all of a sudden.
Florida shit.
Man, we
I
been
heard
on that
Desto
shit.
done talking about it on a song. He's just,
Oh.
I got so
Florida
much
shit.
grab it. I got so much grab it. I was like,
I rap about Grabble.
I rap about grab it.
I'm smoking on
I
grabba.
rap
I'm smoking on
I rap
grabba.
about Grabble.
I rap about grabba. It's harsh.
It's hard. That's what I said. I said that in the song. I said like I'm smoking on Grabble is harsh or some shit like that. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I'll pull up. I'll put him in park.
Put them apart.
Yeah.
I just took a shit. Thought it was a fart.
Thought it was a fart. I smell like shit all night.
That's the original bro flow. Ooh. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Ooh.
Hey, you know what? I was really thinking about that the other day about how
Drake
many
stole that
like
song.
Wait,
Yeah,
which song?
that's
Wait,
it.
wait, which song? Which song? What are you talking about?
The
look
X
at
song?
how Drake
yeah.
did. I get my bro in advance. Demon did
Like,
not in
come
my
on,
pants. Whatever it was. That's what it was. But it's crazy.
Everyone forgot about that song. It was like erased from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
memory, you know?
It was a
Yeah.
shit song though.
It wasn't
And I
like-
think that Drake makes some decent music, some pretty good music, and that was not good.
That was not his best.
No.
Yeah.
It was not his best. It was not.
Yeah. Honestly, man, look, like, I like, obviously, everyone likes Drake's music, right? But, like, that was, I felt like that was kind of ridiculous to be like, say that you've never
I have no
heard
idea.
of him.
No
Like,
idea.
To say, like, yo,
Never
I have
even
no
heard of
idea
him.
who- Never heard of him. You know what I mean? Like, just to act so, like, that was kind of crazy. But, like, I don't know. Like, it's very hard for me to believe.
I mean,
you
shit,
haven't
I think
heard
it all
about him.
worked pretty well.
But yeah.
X is a
worked out.
legend.
Whatever,
That's
you
true.
know?
Cemented.
From
legend.
a marketing perspective, definitely made X bigger at the same time.
Yeah.
Even at that time, I remember telling X, like, bro, don't talk about his mom.
Yeah.
Don't talk about anybody's mom.
That was fire.
It was
With the
crazy.
shirt, I want to buy that. I seen like kids send me it the other
Wait,
day.
he made a shirt with.
There's like a shirt.
Yeah.
It's like X as Drake's dad and Drake as a child and X and Drake's mom. And
Who
it's like
made that shirt though?
I don't know. I might have been Ja.
I don't remember that.
Or
but
was
that's
a fan.
insane. Holy shit.
remember
I
that. He
think John
posted it.
made like the meme, right?
I think he did. He might have, or like one
the
of his
meme, I
fans
think
did.
somebody probably put it on a shirt or some shit.
All right, we can't get too deep into
Yeah,
the
no,
Drake
that's just
conspiracy theories because I've
it's
heard
dead.
some
Yeah.
fucking people say some wild shit.
Yeah, no, that's
I just think it's dope that we like created a whole sound. You know, there's like rappers, not that like sound like X now and shit. I mean, there are, of course.
Nah, fuck that.
But
They
I'm,
do
but
sound
yeah,
like
they
X
do, they
things.
do. But what I'm saying is like, I think it's like really flattering and cool because like, I still remember back in the day when I was like, we were all like huge Odd Future fans and like that movement, and then like now it's like we have that for ourselves. You know, I think that's really cool.
Yeah,
I just
bro.
think it's
And
dope.
I don't think they get enough credit for that shit, man. I don't think X and
Yeah.
Ski get enough credit for that
I
shit.
agree. I say that all the time.
Yeah,
We don't-
bro.
that-
Like you see, like it got to the point where like mainstream music was started becoming like okay, like distorted bass, like distorted 808s and shit like that. Like motherfuckers weren't doing that, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
They really weren't.
And not even. And everyone's gonna always have
Their own-
that argument, like, oh, he didn't start that. He didn't start that. But like, bro, I don't give a fuck. No one was
In my opinion,
rapping
I'd say
on
they
beats like that.
He
no
took it
one-
to that level.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
It was a whole thing. It just started a whole fucking thing. I mean, bro, he's fucking millions of fucking records.
Fucking goat.
Records sold, like cemented. You know, he
They
died
got
at his peak
shirts
in a
of him
sense.
in every mall. Unauthorized shirts of him
Bro,
in every mall.
we were on tour and we walked in a fucking mall.
They have
and
them
a guy
everywhere.
tries to sell us extras
Yeah.
on a fucking kiosk.
The mall by my mom's house, it's like the worst shirt ever because it's this really shitty picture of him and then it says Tentacion.
Oh wow,
And I'm just like, that is not,
it's a shit shirt.
not what it's supposed
Go
to
buy
say.
that shit.
I thought about it. I thought about like calling the mall and just being like, yo, this guy's selling bootleg merchandise.
I think Danny's pressed someone at the mall. Who did
we made him. We made
Zoe
him.
did
We
too.
made him
You
take
and
the
Zoe.
shirt down and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like, yo, like,
Because a bunch of fans came up to us and they're like, "Oh, who?" Like the people were like asking the kids, like, "Who's this?"
while
And
they
they're
were
like,
trying to
"Oh,
sell
this
us the
is
shirt,
Ski."
fans are coming up to us trying to fucking take
Yeah.
pictures and shit.
Look, we're supporting you.
While
we're
he's trying to
supporting
sell
your
us a
boy.
fucking
Yeah.
extra,
Like, no,
bro.
that's not where that money
That's
goes.
not support.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like if you're somebody who runs a store in the mall and you're selling shirts of somebody who just died and you're not giving any money to the
fucking
family or
dog
whatever,
shit.
you're just a
That's
piece
crazy.
of shit.
Dog
Yeah.
shit.
That's really crazy.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, but then also,
But you
like,
can only get away with it because you're just a guy who works in the mall. If
Yeah.
you were doing it online or if you were actually a fan of the music, you would be called out so bad.
so bad.
I mean, he probably would have thought that we would fucking walked in there and seen him. You know, what I
Probably
mean?
doesn't even know who it is. He's probably just
Yeah,
like it's
exactly.
a rapper who died.
Exactly. He probably doesn't know who it is.
You know? Who knows?
Like, how do you feel about people that sell merch outside of shows? Like, you know, really broke people.
I'm not gonna lie. When I go to like
Because
Staples Center,
I feel bad. I sometimes buy it.
but hey, outside Staples Center, they're selling like bootleg Drake shirts. Like after the Drake show that I went to, and
I
like,
would buy it.
You know, like they're there selling fucking R.I.P. Kobe shirts like 3 hours
At
after
the
Kobe
Heat
died.
games, they sell RIP Kobe shirts outside. And like, I'm going to buy one the next time I go.
Yeah.
Because I know that person is probably like an illegal immigrant that like can't get a real job.
Yeah.
And like is just making some money. So like,
The shirts have their own flavor because the designs are always so bad. Like the fake Rolling Loud shirts are always just the Rolling
so
Loud
fire.
flyer.
You know, I
Those are
always
great.
buy
Yeah,
one.
yeah, those
I
are
always buy them. I always
Those
buy
are-
them. I have like
Those are
4.
fire.
And every time I'm like, yo, I'm an XL. And Buddy throws me like a medium. And I like, he like walks away and I open it and it's a medium. And then by that time you're like gone driving. So you're like, I'm just going to fold that one up. Maybe
Nah,
my
they-
girl will wear it.
They
or
were doing
something.
that when we were on tour with ski and shit like that. Some
Oh
like,
my god!
On
Ski,
God.
what was
they
it?
were selling fake
ski
like,
mask.
ski merch and shit.
What was it?
outside and
Ski
shit.
mask. The dump god. It was like D instead of S.
They spelled it wrong.
Yeah, it was so good, so good, so good. That's
Fire.
shit that I live for.
That
I
is
will buy
incredible.
I'll cop.
I would
if you
cop that.
misspell that shit, I'll cop
anything like that.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna piss myself if I keep
Go
sitting
ahead,
here,
go ahead.
bro. This was a great interview.
It was great.
Really
Go,
great
bro.
talking
I
to
loved
you
it.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Scheme. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Danny.
I'll come do an interview. Fucking in
Anytime.
4 years.
Every year.
Every.
We're looking forward. New projects, new stuff on the way.
Yes.
Danny Towers, keep
Yes.
him in mind. DJ Scheme, album on the way.
Yes.
Ski Mask album on the way. That's all the people need to know. Out there.
And then
Yes, sir.
group project.
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
group project is gonna come pretty soon, and that one's gonna be dope.
I'm ready for that.
That one's gonna be crazy. We're
Let's
gonna do
get it.
like a nice collective Start this
Bring
shit.
that energy back.
Bring it. Yep.
Bang.
No jumper.
Danny Towers, DJ Scheme, No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes.
Hey.
Like, comment, subscribe. NoJumper.com. If you want to support, go grab a kendama.
Right now, goddamn it.
Wow.
What's up, it's Danny Towers. You watching No Jumper. Go like, comment, subscribe on this video. Fuck with me on the comments. Go stupid. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Follow No Jumper on Instagram, Twitter. Let's get it.